You're in Braves country. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks, changing speeds east and west, a gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright, the father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play, Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts, a plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking, the top pitcher's lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy, the big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler, Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Ramalama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying, it felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee, to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee.
Like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes.
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the bubble. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding-dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Reed. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture, our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball!
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Well, the season's finally here, and the players...
Hey, football fans, you ready for the gridiron? Thursday and Friday mornings, the Armchair Quarterback Show returns, 9 a.m. Eastern. We'll be talking college and NFL football, the point spreads, fantasy football advice, and more. Want to catch it live? Become a Country Club member today here on Braves Country Radio. We'll make the replay available to the public later on that day, as we're being broadcasted nationwide on independent radio stations. As a member catching it live, you can ask your questions. We'll answer all. Point spread advice, player props, your fantasy football questions. It's the Armchair Quarterback Show, Thursday and Friday mornings this fall here on Braves Country Radio.
The armchair quarterback, he's full of beer and he's full of snacks. The all-American man. With a cool one in his
Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
On beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. And we're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing right field for the Chicago White Sox, Michael Tauchman, 8 home runs, 33 RBI, a .271 average. Vargas is at first, batting second. 13 home runs, 45 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .231. Batting third, the designated hitter, Kyle Teal, 3 home runs, 14 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .270. Batting cleanup, playing second base, it's Lennon Sosa. 17 home runs, 54 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .274. Andrew Benintendi is in left field with 14 home runs, 47 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .231. Batting sixth and in center field, it's Luis Robert. 13 home runs, 49 RBI, 31 stolen bases, batting .218. Back behind home plate and batting seventh, it's Edgar Cuero. 4 home runs, 30 RBI, a .278 average. At third base and batting eighth, it's Brooks Baldwin. 8 home runs, 27 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .238. And the shortstop for the Chicago White Sox, batting ninth, it's Chase Mydroth. 3 home runs, 16 RBI, 11 stolen bases, batting .254. On the mound for the Chicago White Sox, Shane Smith. 3-7 with a 4.01 ERA, a 1.28 whip, 101 innings, 98 strikeouts, 84 hits, 45 walks, 11 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Bryce Elder. Respect your Elder. He's 5-9 with a 5.89 ERA, a 1.52 whip, 107 innings, 87 strikeouts, 122 hits allowed, 41 walks, 19 home runs served. Backing up Bryce in the bottom of the first inning, leading off and playing left field, it's Jerickson Profar. 9 home runs, 26 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .256. Matt Olson batting second, playing first. 19 home runs, 72 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .267. Ronald Acuna Jr. batting third and in right field. 14 home runs, 27 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .300. Batting cleanup and patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, Michael Harris II. 15 home runs, 66 RBI, 14 stolen bases, batting .260. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. 20 home runs, 60 RBI, a .237 clip. Drake Baldwin will be behind home plate and batting sixth. 13 home runs, 53 RBI, a .278 average. Ozzie Albies batting seventh, playing second. A .226 clip with 10 homers, 48 RBI, 11 stolen bases. Nacho Alvarez batting eighth and at third. 5 RBI, a .230 average. And Nick Allen, 21 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .228. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Doug Innings. Your first base umpire, Gabe Morales. Second base will be manned by Jacob Metz. And down the third base line, it's Mel Jimenez. Game time temperatures here at Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia, are expected to be about 84 degrees at first pitch, with the wind blowing left to right and in at about 5 miles an hour. Your Atlanta Braves are minus 155 on the money line. The over-under is 9. Our pick to click tonight, nobody in the Atlanta Braves lineup has seen the youngster Shane Smith, and for good reason. American leaguer and a newcomer to the league. So it's a complete dart throw. We tell you, we're going to go with Matt Olson. Olson batting second and in front of Acuna. Hopefully he gets something good to hit and sends one to the chop house. We'll take your Atlanta Braves to put some runs on the board once again and win this one on a rested bullpen 7-4. Your American Rebel Beer keys to the game tonight. As usual, your momentum goes as far as your starting pitching. So if Bryce Elder can go out and give us one of his good starts, like he did last time out where he went 7, gave up only 2 against the Mets and their lineup, Braves have a very good chance of walking away with the victory. But he's been so Jekyll and Hyde. In the last 5 starts, he's given up 3, 8, 2, 5, and 2. So you don't expect Elder to go out and shut anybody down, but you just need him to keep you in the game because the Braves' bats are actually clicking. When you look at the other side of the lineup and Shane Smith, the 3-7 isn't going to wow you, but the youngster's ERA is just above 4, which is pretty respectable. And you look at what he's done his last 5 starts, he's averaged about 5 innings and a run and a half. That's not nothing, while striking out about 5 or 6 each outing. I've been interested to see this kid pitch. He was originally supposed to pitch last night. They gave him the extra day off. So I'm curious to see how good he is. I've only seen clips and videos, but I've heard good things about this kid. Tall right-hander from Massachusetts, and he's only 25 years old. Could be a trade target down the road if he's got good stuff. As far as the other side of it, you're looking at the White Sox offense. Only 2 of them have ever seen Bryce Elder, and it's very limited. Vargas is 1 for 2, Tauchman 1 for 4. So basically, both lineups are going into this blind. That first time through the order, you would hope Elder would have good success with no one really ever seeing him before, not counting the first two hitters in the lineup. If his sinker is working and his slider is painting, expect good things from Elder tonight. But if he's hanging him in the zone, if he can't find the zone, what kind of strike zone is he going to get from Doug Eddings? Bryce Elder excels when he gets an umpire that calls the zone wide at the bottom half of the strike zone. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good evening, Braves Country. See who we got kicking in here tonight. Yeah, that works a lot better. I mean, I'm glad I thought of doing that. Roll call! All right, we've got Royal Pita, Willis Mathis. Royal Pita, Country Club member. It's going to be quicker just to say the CC, right? Willis Mathis, Justin Green, CC. Iron Lung, CC. Mark Ricky Ricardo, CC. B.A. Baracus, Brian Andrews, CC. See, I know we already got Iron Lung, I'm pretty sure. CC. Tree Nug, CC. My man Nathaniel Brooks, CC. James Fisher, CC. We got Brian Smith in here. Eddie Rosario, CC. Bama Retro's in here tonight. Everybody's here to get us back on the winning track. Jason Uppin Adams, CC. Justin Green Machine, CC. See if I'm missing anybody. I think I said Brian Smith. I know I got Bama Retro. If anybody else we missed, jump in here. I know they lifted the curtain late. I think that's going to be kind of going forward, because I made sure to set an alarm so that I knew it needed to be turned on, but it looks like that's how they're setting up the videos now. So going forward, I guess only the club members will be able to chat But about the time that we get about 25, 30 minutes before first pitch, they'll lift the curtain. See here, we got John CC's in here. I don't know if y'all saw it, but we've got a newcomer to the Atlanta Braves, Jake Fraley. Nothing to write home about. He's an outfielder. He's someone for depth off the bench. 30 years old, 719 OPS, played for the Reds, 232, left-handed with pop. He's got 6 home runs, but he's been playing a big-time platoon role. And I guess they're going to try to get him some more at-bats. I don't know. The biggest thing that I heard was the reason, I don't have any way to verify this, but I'm just telling you what I heard from people who follow the team, is that the Reds basically got rid of him because they didn't have room on the roster to give him enough at-bats, and I guess he was complaining. And all I could think of is, well, you play outfield, and you're complaining about not getting at-bats. I don't think there's going to be a ton of at-bats for you, buddy, unless something terrible happens. But I will take that with a grain of salt. I will see if, the way I look at it when he comes here, I'll give him not necessarily a pass per se, but I'll go in with an open mind. We'll see how he acts when he's here. We got to take a quick break. Pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. If we haven't said hi to you like Daryl Little, good to see you, and your other brother Daryl. Jump into the chat. If I might have missed you, I do apologize. Timothy, good to see you. Timmy Powell in here today? I haven't seen him, I don't think. We're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we'll get you set for pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Go over a couple of things that looks like we're going to have time. First pitch coming, Bryce Elder Day. And tomorrow, it's turning into one of my favorite days. Hurston Waldrop on the ball. We'll be back in a flash. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
adventures in time and space.
We offer you
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves country.
This is a reminder. Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Can you predict what will come? Can you predict what will come in 100 years? Or in 10? Or in the next minute? Some people think they can. Nuclear scientists, mathematicians, astronomers, biologists. Because they see beyond the known dimensions of time and space. Can you predict what will come in 100 years? Or in 10? Or in the next minute? Some people think they can. Nuclear scientists, mathematicians, astronomers, biologists. Because they see beyond the known dimensions of time and space.
You're in Braves country.
All right, Braves country. Atlanta Braves getting ready to take on those pesky White Sox, even up the series here, and hopefully win the series tomorrow. Darndest thing, like I almost could call it when we were going into the series. I was like, I don't want to say it out loud, but I feel like we're going to play like crap because we've been playing so well on the road. We go home against just a terrible team, and something always goes wrong, like Spencer Strider forgetting how to pitch. Man, I hope he gets back to his old ways in sooner than later. That's starting to turn into a rough ride watching him pitch. We're going to keep an eye on the Mets-Nationals game tonight. The teams that I look at that we have to worry about catching if we're going to make the playoffs, and I know it's a big if, but the teams that I believe that we have to worry about are the Reds and the Mets. Reds don't play till later tonight, and if we have to choose between them, I'm definitely pulling for the Reds to get in, but if the Braves are going to have any shot, the Reds and the Mets have to fall, because the other teams are catchable. They're not as far in front of us as the Reds and the Mets are. We're not going to catch the Cubs, I don't think. I mean, the Cubs would have to absolutely fall on their face. We're not going to catch the Dodgers or the Padres. That would be like an epic collapse. And it's very rare you have an epic collapse and an epic to the moon at the same time. So I just don't, I'm not even worried about them. If we get to striking distance, we'll worry about them. And we're not going to win the division. The division's out of hand. But you can still hang your hat on if we get hot here This last, what is this today? This is game number 125. So you're talking about 37 games left starting tonight. I honestly think you got to go 30-7, and even that may not be as good. But if we go 30-7, you give ourselves a fighting chance. And I would just like to see him play good baseball down the stretch and give us something fun to root for, right? There's Timmy. Timmy, how are you? Reconfigured my office studio last night after the game to try to bring things in a little easier, a little smoother, and it's disoriented me because I've been doing it so wrong for so long. I'm just used to doing it that way. So if I'm slow to pushing buttons tonight, that's the reason why. It's, in theory, this is a much smarter way to do it. I'm just so used to doing it the wrong way. I've got to get new headphones, so there's that going on. I could have swore I had backup headphones. I started looking around. I was like, I guess I didn't. We are just about set. I'm going to go ahead and put the card up there for you. Keep your eyes from bugging out. The Braves are wearing their home whites. Braves across the chest in red. Outlined in navy, just like the piping down the center of the shirt and the striping on the side of the pants. Tomahawk underneath, Braves. The same. Numerals, the same on the back, and then the names are in navy on the back. Bryce Elder firing his final warm-up tosses. We try to bring in the three-dimensional action. See if it's picking up yet. Usually it takes a minute. Oh, I think we're getting lucky tonight. How about that? Pay dirt, baby. Whitesox are wearing black and gray. Socks across the chest in silver. Black ball caps, socks down the front of the hat in white. And we are just about set. Yes, sir! It is baseball time in Braves country. And the first pitch on the way to Elder, from Elder, is right there for a strike to Michael Talkman. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup, the 0-1. Outside wide. 1-0. Talkman batting .271 on the year. 1-1 inside 2-1. Four-seam fastball misses. Braves left to right across the outfield tonight. It's Profar, Harris, and Acuna is the 2-1 pitch. Swing. Dribbles it through the infield. It's just going to get under the glove of Ozzie Albies. They had him on an overshift to the right. He had a long way to go and couldn't get there. So an what would have been a 4-3 if we were playing traditional defense is a single that gets through the infield. And the White Sox, once again, have the leadoff runner on. We saw that a lot last night. High-scoring affair, 13-9 was the final. See Michael Harris is batting cleanup now after they benched him last night in error. First pitch on the way is a sinker right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Miguel Vargas, the batter, .231 batter. 13 home runs, 45 RBI. The 0-1 chops it foul. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Elder turns and flips it over to first, keep the runner close by. We'll go ahead and pull the screen back, keep an eye on everything going on. Braves nothing, Sox nothing, top of the first inning. Glad to have you all along for the ride here on the Tuesday night in Braves Country. 0-2, swing and a miss, strike three. He went diving off the plate for that slider, one away. Wasn't a great pitch, but we'll take that strikeout. That thing was about a foot off the plate. And Vargas said, I'm swinging, baby. I'm swinging. Get out of my way. Righty-lefty matchup. Infield back into the right. First pitch, swings, sizzles it back, foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Teal, the batter, he had a good night last night, 3 for 4. Elder comes set, looks back the runner, and brings it. Swing, hammers it over to first. Line drive out. Olsen steps on the pillow. How do you do? We'll take it. We'll grab the bats, bottom of the first. Braves nothing, Sox nothing in Atlanta.
What's the biggest lie that your parents ever told you?
Not really my mom, just my dad. At 6, I asked my dad what he used to do for a living. I don't remember what he said, but I asked what my mom used to do for a living. He said, I can't tell you that, your mom will get in trouble. 6-year-old me was like, I gotta know now. He goes, okay, I'll tell you, but you have to promise not to tell anyone. I promise. Your mom used to work for the CIA. You can't tell a soul. Your mom will get in so much trouble. I promise. I kept that secret for 6 years. Do you understand how hard it is to keep a secret for 6 years? Mama didn't raise no snitch. Okay, 6 years later, it comes up in conversation. Mom's talking about some ice cream job she used to have. I go, Mom, it's okay. I know. I've always known. She goes, what are you talking about? Mom, Dad told me you used to work for the CIA. I know. I haven't told anyone. What the are you talking about? Dad told me. It's okay. For God's sake, why does our daughter think I used to work in the CIA? It's a joke, because you knew everything. Get it?
You gotta be a special kind of dumbass to wait until 4 days before Christmas to get your shopping done. Like, you've had all year to prepare and be ready for this time. But you want to wait until 4 days before Christmas to worry about it. Anyways, I'm about to go to Walmart, see what they got left. I'm afraid my children might be opening a bunch of produce and toiletries.
And then the draft came along in 1965, the first free agent draft. Nobody even knew what the draft was going to be like. In fact, the Reds knew nothing about me. Some people in a bar were talking one night and asked the minor league coordinator what he thought about this kid Bench. And he said, we're not that high on him. And then he walked out the door and said, who are they talking about? Who's Bench? And they saw me play 2 games, loved the way I threw, and they drafted me in the 2nd round. And here I was, I guess, on my way.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Radio.
You shut up!
First pitch on the way. 4-seam fastball up top for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Fastball 97 miles an hour. Right there for a strike. 1-1. Jerks and Profar, your batter. Outfield looks like this for the White Sox tonight as the 1-1 down and in 2-1. It's Benintendi in left, Robert in center, and Talkman in right. The infield is a complete makeover of last night. Everybody's playing different positions. Round the horn, it's Baldwin to Mydroth to Sosa to Vaughn. Cuero is behind the plate, the 2-1. 4-seam fastball, 98 miles an hour, 2-2. I'd heard he had high heat, and that's what I wanted to see what this kid's got. Rays need to trade for this kid and turn him into a closer. The 2-2 in the dirt. Did that get him? Guess it just missed him. Full count. Infield back into the right. The payoff pitch. Swing! That ball is slapped right to The shortstop, Mydroff, went away. L6 in your scorecard. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Matt Olson takes a hack at a bender inside. It's 0-1. The 0-1, 98 miles an hour, fouls it back. It's 0-2. That batter eye has been screwing up in here in Atlanta the first two games. I guess we'll have to take it off of it for a little bit. Not sure what's going on with it. 0-2 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Shane Smith kicks and delivers. Outside wide, 1-2. One-two count. Brings it. Swing. Slaps it towards left field. Center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Misplayed by Luis Robert. That's going to be extra bases for Matt Olson.
This is not water cannon.
One out double.
This is Ice House.
Ice House.
Smooth as it gets.
Robert overran it. You don't see that much in Major League Baseball. He overran it, couldn't put on the brakes, and just had to get it off the wall as it was dribbling towards into the gap in left center field. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen that in Major League Baseball where they have misplayed it that badly on a ground ball. First pitch, Acuna swung on, chopped over to first. That'll be an easy 1-3, 2 down. One pitch, one out for Acuna. Olson goes over to third, but there are 2 outs now, so not a productive at bat there at all. Michael Harris, the second, will come to the plate. Hottest player on the team, one of the hottest hitters in all of baseball. They move him up to the 4-hole. First pitch on the way to Harris is inside, curveball in the dirt. It's 1-0. Harris, 15 home runs on the year, 66 RBI. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 90 miles an hour. Change up out of the zone. 1-1. Thank you for the support there, Taku. 1-1 to Harris. 97 out wide. 2-1. Marcell Ozuna stands on deck, so they could be pitching around Harris, but that's a tough decision there to put runners on the corners with Ozuna coming to the plate. The 2-1 to Harris. In the dirt. Good take. 3-1. 3-1 count. He's got an 1125 OPS after July 10th. It was 539. So basically he's doubled his production. The 3-1 pitch. Swing. Lifts it. High and deep. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get gone. Zip, boom, bam. Ram-a-lam-a, ding-dong. A 2-run shot. And Money Mike keeps cashing them checks, baby. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle. It's all right. My name is Money Mike. All right, then.
Dead center field is 16th of the year, 68th RBI.
I don't do this for fun. Might want to shave. Might want to shave somebody else.
421 happy feet later, And your Atlanta Braves are taking a 2-run lead. 106 off the bat. Just like that. She gone. First pitch on the way, 96-mile-an-hour fastball is right there for a strike to Marcell Ozuna. It's 0-1. Taku bringing the good luck early with the is the 0-1 outside wide 1-1. Appreciate the channel support, Taku and all the country club members. The 1-1 righty-righty matchup. In the dirt, 2-1. Appreciate everybody spending their Tuesday night here in Braves Country. Braves Country Radio. Tomorrow night, we're 7:15 again against the Whitesox, and Hurston Waldrop will be on the bump. The 2-1 to Ozuna, 98 below the knees, 3-1. Then they get a much-needed off day to reset that bullpen and welcome in the Mets for a 3-game tilt. Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. The 3-1 down below the knees, ball 4. So Marcell Ozuna gets to crack-a-lacking. What you love about the way this lineup is filling out now is that you walk Marcell Ozuna, you're not out of the woods. Drake Baldwin sitting behind him. Here comes the Drake. He's getting the start tonight. Once again, first pitch, 97 at the knees. It's 0-1. I was flabbergasted when I saw it. I was pleasantly surprised about the Harris going to the 4-hole because I like the idea of putting him in between Acuna and Ozuna, and then you have the lefty once again with Baldwin after Ozuna. The 0-1 off the plate. 1-1. Imagine how deep this lineup will be when Austin Riley gets back. Holy cow. Doesn't sound like he's coming back this week. They said he's still got soreness, so I would think it's going to be at least till next week before we see him again. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 1-2. I can't wait to see what happens here with Fraley, because if it's true that he got upset for not getting playing time, he's not getting a ton of playing time unless there's an injury, because he can't play the infield. It'd be different if he was a shortstop. He can't play the infield. The 1-2, swing, sizzles it down the line, foul. So if he's not an infielder, can't play third or can't play short. 1-2 count, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the cheese on the outer edge. That'll end the inning. But not before your Atlanta Braves put another on the board. Money Mike
you don't like
cashes in. 2-run shot.
You not like the Drake.
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
Your face is small.
People often ask, what's the best way to get people at work to leave me alone? Well, I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time.
Mind your business.
I just went through Wendy's because I'm a fat ass. I placed my order and the girl at the drive-thru said, "Is that all?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am, thank you." She said, "I'm not a ma'am." Then I felt bad and I was like, "Oh, damn, I'm sorry, dude. That's hard to hear you." And then she said, "I'm not a guy either. What are you?" She said, 1101, please pull around. So I pull around, and sure enough, it's a girl. Her name tag says they, them under her name. She opens the window, she says, "I know you weren't trying to be rude, but I'm non-binary, and my pronouns are they, them." So I'm like, how many of you are there? They, them is plural, meaning more than one person.
Does anybody else whisper to themselves what the actual like 42 times a day, or is that just me?
We clinched the pennant the last day of the season in 1964. The vaunted Yankees came into St. Louis for Game 1 of the World Series. The Cardinals had Bob Cuban and his band playing in the left field corner down the line. So Bob is shagging in left field. Bob went over, got the tuba, fitted around his shoulders and the whole bit, and he is actually shagging with the tuba. Fly balls would come. He would position himself, boom, the ball would hit the tuba, dent it, roll around, and Bob would empty it out. I'll never forget Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris standing in front of the dugout with smiles on their faces, watching Euchre. They thought, who is this guy? They didn't know who Bob Euchre was, backup catcher for the Cardinals. It was the funniest visual anybody had ever seen.
Repeat after me. Blue.
Blue.
Black.
Black.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Pink.
Pink.
What color's the grass?
Green. See, I'm good at these things.
Repeat after me.
Welcome back. First pitch from Elders right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Sosa the batter. Swing and a miss. Slider. 0-2. Bryce Elder just 11 pitches in, so he's good on that front so far. We'll go his repertoire here in the second inning. The 0-2. Slider down and away. You'll see him live on the slider and the sinker. They come in at about 80% of the time. The 1-2. Swing says it's back foul. We'll do it again. You Country Club members, you'll notice that we've got the Elder emoji in there for tonight's action. We've also got the new pick to click. I think that one shows up a little better. The 1-2. Swing, chops it foul. Into the White Sox dugout, third base side. Do it again, 1-2. One-two count. Brings it down and away, 2-2. If you map it out and you play off the assumption that they're not going to give him extended rest, Chris Sale lines up to come back into the Philadelphia series on Labor Day weekend. The 2-2 pops it up high in the sky. Back behind home plate, the Drake makes the catch, one away. It would line up on normal rest to bring him back on Saturday. If they end up extending it, on Friday of that series. If they end up extending it, one report said that he was going to pitch this Saturday. One report said it'll be this Sunday. So we'll see what they actually end up doing. But first pitch on the way is a sinker right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. I'm hoping for Saturday because it just gets him going just a little earlier. 0-1 count. Swing. Slaps it foul down the line. It's 0-2. Bryce Elder. Turns and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the high cheese, 2 away. Along with that slider and sinker that he brings in about 80% of the time combined, he uses that four-seam fastball. He's been using it a little more recently. And the changeup. They come in at about 20%. Used to be an even split. Now the four-seamer is about 11%. So you must get a little more confidence off that four-seam. First pitch on the way is a sinker in the dirt. It's 1-0. Chops it foul down the line. It's 1-1. Infield back and to the left. 1-1. Check swing foul. 1-2. Actually, I don't know if he got much of that ball. He did go around, but it went off the helmet of the umpire. Looks like he's saying, no, he did. He got a piece of it. So a 1-2 count. He just confirmed it. some kind of conversation going out there on the... The entire staff is out there. I don't know what this, I mean, they are analyzing a pitch. They're saying that's a ball now? It hit the bat. You can see it barely touch the bat and then move. It's absolutely a foul. So they're saying 2-1, but it's the wrong call. They had the call originally right. One of the dopes out there talked Doug Edding into thinking it's a ball, but it's not. The 2-1 swing. Hits it over to short, won't matter. 6-3. Nick Allen there to save the day. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Braves lead it 2-0.
I've seen a lot of people out there getting pretty upset lately. Getting mad. They're saying things are getting canceled. And they're getting real mad about it. And I think getting mad's the wrong way to go about it. I think we need to seize the opportunity. Get rid of some other stuff. And that's why today I'm going to share with you my list of things I think we should cancel. Turkey bacon. Electric weed whackers. Shoelaces. Following words: fam, woke, and the phrase lit, specialized license plates. Nobody understands it. The New York Yankees. Fruit stripe gum. Listen here, fruit stripe gum. You've had your chance. You've had decades to get it right. Make the flavor last longer than 4 seconds or you're out of here. Jeeps with a truck bed. And finally, being a butthole.
Hi, y'all. It's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is disease. Disease pants make my butt look big.
In the spring of 1965, the world began discovering what everyone in Binger, Oklahoma had known from the start. Johnny Bench could play baseball, and the excitement only grew during minor league stops in Florida, the Carolinas, and Buffalo, New York.
We hear about.
Here could be the future superstar of the National League.
Hey, the Reds got this stud. He was ballyhooed as can't miss, can't miss, can't miss.
He's young, can hit.
Bench does have powers.
And great behind the plate.
He has this great arm.
We heard about the arm. We really heard a lot about the arm.
The finest arm of any catcher I have ever seen.
You don't hear many stories about a catcher that's got a gun. It got to Cincinnati before John did.
And he got there quickly. In August of 1967, Bench got the call. He was just 19 years old, and the Reds were making him their starting catcher.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back. Atlanta Braves go back to the sticks, and Ozzie Albies leads us off. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. Swing! That ball's roasted through the hole, through for a base hit. And Ozzie Albies rocking and rolling here on a Tuesday night in Atlanta. Let's get it, Ozzie.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and nobody beats me.
Nacho Alvarez, the batter. First pitch on the way, inside 95 miles an hour. It's 1-0. 1-0. Flips it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. Infield back into the left. The 1-0 to Nacho. 94, good sinker at the knees here, 1-1. One count, swing, runner goes, and Ozzy's got it stolen. He took off like he was shot out of a cannon. Not the greatest jump, but his speed took over, accelerating, and it was a good pitch to run on. I mean, a good pitch to get him, too, because the pitch was high and towards the out of the zone. I don't know if they intended for a pitch out on there because the catcher was already waiting, standing, but the ball itself was over the plate. Nacho swung and missed, and that might have affected the catcher Cuero a little bit, but good stolen base by Ozzy. The pitch on the way was fouled back out of play. It's 1-2. One-two count. Braves lead it 2-0. Nobody out. Brings it. Swing. Hits it hard over to the hole. Third base side. Here comes the bouncer to first. Nacho will beat it out. And Ozzy had to stay put because the ball was hit right over there to third base. But Nacho will have an infield single.
Whoa. You check it out.
And the line will keep moving.
Get me some nachos. It is a sign. A sign. It needs nachos to help me score.
Baldwin tried to throw him out from the seat of his pants. I think he might have had time to jump up and throw, but I mentioned at the top of the game, this team, their entire infield, they're playing in different positions today than what they were yesterday. So there's got to be a hole somewhere. Nick Allen shows bunt. He does get the bunt down. They finally listened to me, and he bunts him over. Second and third, nobody out. Good bunt. Only play was 2 first. Remember us talking about that last night. And the good piece of bunting, and that's not an easy thing to do. He was on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and he got it down.
Simple physics. Calculate the velocity V in relation to the trajectory T, in which G, gravity, of course, remains a constant.
Youngsters.
It's not complicated.
The youngster, Shane Smith, he really thought about complicating it because he looked at the other bases thinking about firing a bullet over there. That would have went haywire. 2 on, 1 out. Jurickson Profar, the batter. Top of the order once again. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-1. Profar lined out his first time up. Matt Olson, who's 1 for 1, stands on deck. The 0-1. Swing. And a miss. It's 0-2. No 2 count. Profar, 9 home runs on the year. Really starting to heat up. The 0-2 from Smith. Swing. Pops it up. High into left field. Not very deep. Here comes the throw from Benintendi. I can't imagine. Nah, they're not going to send him. Easy cutoff would have been shoveled home, and Ozzy would have been dead meat. So just got underneath that one, or we would have had another run. Instead, it'll be up to Matt Olson. Acuna moves to the on-deck circle. So they'll have to pick their poison here. Do you pitch to Olson with the right-hander on the mound, or do you walk him or pitch around him and try your luck with Acuna? Righty-lefty matchup. The first pitch on the way. Swing. Fouls it down the line. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Swing and a miss, 98 miles an hour. Man, that was right in his wheelhouse. Just a touch behind it. It's 0-2. He gets a hold of that. Close your windows. One's coming through in a house nearby you. The 0-2 count. In the dirt. 1-2. Try to get him to chase that curve. Braves 2, Sox nothing. Bottom of the second inning. The 1-2 brings it. Swing, slaps it over to short. Should be an easy play. 6-3. Bad throw, but a good scoop over there by Vargas. Mydra threw one in the dirt. I'm telling you, they're going to have some defensive problems here tonight. We'll be back in a flash, leading 2-0 here in Braves country.
Buddy, just a little update on my end, okay? I live in a basement apartment, okay? Right here's my bed, and right here is a pipe filled with hot sewage water, okay? There's hot running through this pipe. And that's not even the best part. The best part is my upstairs neighbor's toilet is right there! So I can hear him I can hear him flush, and then, get this is the best part, I can hear all of his hot floating directly above my face at 2:30 in the morning. Literally, he had diarrhea 3 nights ago, and it woke me up. So, great upstairs neighbor, everybody, huh?
He and I talked about hitting all the time. You know, it's a funny thing. You know, Spawn, Matthews, myself, the 3 of us, the 4 of us, we would start talking about hitting, and everybody would said, Bob, this conversation you out of. Leave it alone. You don't know anything about hitting. Talk about catching.
So Mr. Baseball and Hammer and Hank intersected as teammates on the Milwaukee Braves, and then they were reunited at the end of Hank's career. He came back to the city where his career had begun, and by that time, the radio voice of the Brewers is Bob Uecker. And here's a milestone for Henry Aaron, as called by you.
The pitch to Henry. A line drive left field base hit. Well, it came with one off-speed pitch too many, and Aaron winding to left. Another run is in. Brewers lead 3-2. Henry Aaron at first base with an RBI, number 2,210. Now the all-time RBI leader in baseball. And a standing ovation for Henry Aaron. 2,210 RBIs, and they're still standing for Henry.
You're getting
A pop.
a what?
A pop.
That's called a soda, sweetheart.
It is called a pop.
I don't know where you think you get these words from, but that is a soda.
First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Elder versus Cuero, bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9 due up. The 0-1. Chops it over towards first. Elder spits the bit, and he's going to be safe. Elder tried to grab it with the glove running by. It was kind of in a no-man's land area, so we'll see how they play it. But Elder was trying to grab it as he ran by. It's probably the only real play that's going to be able to be made. Maybe if Olsen gets it and shovels it, but Elder's going to have to slam on the brakes and basically do a pirouette. So I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe if he leaves it alone, Olsen has a chance to tag the runner quicker, but I would think that's an infield single, and that is what they give him. So 1 on, 1 out. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. It's one of those plays, if you're listening at home, that an outstanding gloveman on the pitcher's mound like a Schwellenbach is going to make that play, but it's going to take a perfect play. And not that Elder's terrible with the glove, but he's no Schwellenbach. First pitch on the way off the 0-1 is banged down the line foul. It's 0-2. Braves 2, Sox nothing. Braves have been on the base paths, threatening all night long. They just got the 2 runs in the 2 innings. Could have been a lot more. The 0-2, outside wide 1-2. So the hope would be we continue to knock on that door and kick it through tonight. Give the bullpen an easy night. Bryce Elder to be the good, not the bad Bryce Elder. 1-2, chops it into the dugout. We'll do it again. Baldwin batting .238 on the year for the Chicago White Sox. Baldwin, Brooks type. No relation to Drake. 1-2, chops it foul. We'll do it again. 8 home runs, 27 RBI, 689 OPS. One, two. Flips it over to first real quick. Mets are all over the Nationals 5-0, so not a lot of hope there. They're in the bottom of the fifth, and Washington is batting. They're in Washington. The 1-2, swing, hits it up the middle, through the hole, and that'll be another base hit. Harris gets it back in pretty quickly, so they'll go station to station. And it's first and second, nobody out. And an infield seeing eye single, then a worm burner through the hole. That's a 1996 double play. If they're playing regular defense, that's tailor-made. First pitch on the way, dropping the bunt, and Elder off his foot throws one over to first. Kind of a wide throw, but a great stretch by Olsen. One away. Elder probably should have let that up to Nacho, but we got the out nonetheless. I was afraid that was going to go into right field. It felt like one of these innings where every little thing that can go wrong is going wrong. Second and third one out. Braves will try to hold them right here. First pitch is a slider to Tauchman. As we go back to the top of the order, it's 0-1. Mike Tauchman singled his first time up. Former New York Yankee. The 0-1. Right there, 94 miles an hour. It's 0-2. (0-2) count. Nacho just about even with the bag over there at third. The infield is back into the right, so a gigantic hole to the left side of Tauchman punches it over there. If you're Tauchman, you got to be aiming for that hole over there. The 0-2 swing, chops it over to second. Instead, it's going to be a 4-3 put out. The runner will score from third, but there's 2 outs and the Braves lead by 1. So an RBI. G4 in your scorebook. Good to see everybody in the chat tonight. Richard and Uncle Charlie and Iron Lung, John, Brian, Peta. First pitch on the way is a slider right there for a strike. It's 0-1. See if I've missed anybody. Still getting used to this new setup back here. Gary the Real McCoy, there he is. Willis, I think we saw you earlier, Willis, is the 0-1 in the dirt 101. What you talking about, Willis? Daniel Brooks. I like big bunts, and I cannot lie. I missed that one first time. The 1-1 count. Down and away. 2-1. They haven't mastered it yet. I think it'll come eventually on this application, but I'd like to have y'all's comments just streaming in the corner smaller so it doesn't block the action. But the only thing they have is it's very small and it's down in the right corner. It's hard to read. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. It seems like they're changing things every day, so it wouldn't shock me if that becomes a thing down the road. 2-2 count. Runner at third. 2 outs. Braves cling to a 2-2 lead. The infield back into the left. The pitch. Try to get him to chase that sinker. Full count now to Vargas. Remember, he struck out on the slider going off the plate his last time up. The payoff pitch. Down and away, ball 4. He didn't fall for that slider this time. So runners on the corners and 2 outs. Beatty just clocked one against Washington. It says 428, but that thing went up into the upper deck there. Washington Nationals baseball stadium. We'll hit the out-of-town scoreboard here in a second. First pitch on the way is a slider off the plate. It's 1-0. Kicks and fires. Outside wide. Runner goes. Fakes the go. They were trying to get a pickle situation where they could trick him into getting the run home without a base hit. And a good job by Baldwin for not taking the bait. He faked like he was going to second, then looked back the runner to third. The idea there, obviously, is to get the guy between first and second in a run down, and the runner scores from third. The 2-0 count. Swing and a miss. Slider 2-1. Big swing by Teal. He wanted to go downtown with that one. Good to see you, Jack. Two 2-1 count. Righty lefty. The pitch on the way. Swing blasted down the right field line. That's going to at least tie the game. It is going to roll around there for a while. Acuna has to dig it out of the hole, fires it into the infield, and by the time he corrals it, the White Sox have taken a 3-2 lead. They went with the same pitch back to back. He timed it up perfectly this time. A little bonkers, but it was a pitch that was working for him. Cranston's now out there to talk to him.
I'll be telling you, you can't have major league hitters see the same pitch over and over again
and expect to fool them every single time. No, you didn't know that? All right, well, now you do. Get it together. That would be my thought process of what's going on out there right now. So runner at second and 2 outs. Back to work goes Elder. Swing, pops it up. That should end it. Profar's underneath it. He'll make the catch with the dark blue glove, and that'll end the inning. We got the middle of the order due up. Ronald Acuna Jr., that man again, and then Marcell Ozuna.
There's a special place in hell for the person who decided to reduce the output speed at gas pumps and install advertisements there, particularly where winter happens. Go yourself.
Wait, listen, just listen. I have to have at least $36 to get refills, drinks.
You figure out how many hours you need to work to make that.
Wait, I know what to do.
Don't forget, bring extra funds just in case she wants something special. Maybe she'll want to play a game when she gets there. Might want an animal or something.
Oh my god, how much are games? Okay. So I did the math here. I have 5 days. And I have to work 3 hours each day to get $7. 3 times 7 is 21. Oh my God, what is wrong with me? Just realized something. I told her that we could go to the calf cream after the movie.
How you gonna pay for ice cream?
You're so dumb.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. Future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols pitched in a game for the first time in his career. His pitching debut came in his 2,988th career game, which breaks the old record by over 500 games. Adam Wainwright and Yadier Molina are one of the most iconic pitcher-catcher duos in history. Together, they broke the record for most wins by a battery in MLB history with 203 wins together.
Over 400 feet away. I knew Bench was strong, but I didn't know he was that strong.
The first time I remember seeing Johnny Bench, he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, recognized as the next Roy Campanella, Yogi Berra, maybe better than.
After his call-up in late '67, Bench was the preseason favorite to be named Rookie of the Year in '68. But he wouldn't just win the award. He was so good that he began redefining what a catcher could be.
Golden Glove play behind the plate with the opportunity to hit 40 home runs. Not many catchers none of them could do what he did.
First pitch to Ronald Acuna Jr. missed out of the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 in the dirt, ball 2-0. Acuna 0 for 1 on the day. 2-0, outside wide 3-0. Grounded out his first time up. Under the 300 mark for the first time since the very beginning of the season for him. The 3-0. Outside wide ball 4, so a good at bat there by Acuna. He didn't chase anything off the plate, and that'll bring that man, Michael Harris, the second. Let's go, Braves country.
Bravo.
I'm going to have a serious talk with the Atlanta Braves organization about let's stick with the basic lineup. Because the first pitch on the way, Ronald goes. He will have second base stolen with ease. He took off like a bat out of hell. A walk and a stolen base on the first pitch. That was so nice. Let's do it twice.
Bravo.
They're running on Cuero. First pitch on the way off of that is a curveball way outside the zone.
Bravo.
They better keep an eye on Ronald over there at second because he might take off for 3. The 2-0. Down below the knees. Bad call, 96 miles an hour. Right there, called for a strike, but an awful call. 2 inches, 3 inches below the zone. 2-1. You don't see Michael Harris argue strikes very often as the 2-1, inside 3-1. That's how you know he's locked in, because he bent down for that pitch. Didn't swing, but bent with it and shook his head, basically saying, man, that was low. So a 3-1 count, tying run is at second. You'd like to see him at least get Acuna over to third. The 3-1 pitch, swing, chops it over to second, and that's what he'll do. That's what we call productive out here in Braves country, and we'll play it for Money Mike.
They know about that. God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight. Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
That'll bring Marcell Ozuna to the plate. Big Zoo walked his first time up. Fly ball would tie the game. First pitch on the way is a 4-seamer up top. He called that a ball. It's 1-0. Now y'all can't see the strike zone on your screen because we have it pulled back so you can see that pitch was 2 inches in
and 3 inches over into the zone, the 1-0. That pitch hit the top of the zone, 2-0. Man, I'm just going to go ahead and say this here, guys. Don't swing at the ball. Because Doug Eddings, who's always been a disaster back there, he is in rare form tonight. He's not getting any calls right. The 2-0. Swing, slaps it back foul. 2-1. Right in the heart of the zone. So essentially, Ozuna just swung at a third ball. 2-1 count, the infield. It's back on the left, but in to the right. About halfway on the left. The 2-1 pitch, swing, chops it over to third. One place you don't want to go. Acuna faked like he was heading home, but slammed on the brakes. And he'll be sitting there at third base now with 2 outs. And we'll see if the Drake can come through. It's the one thing you didn't want to do if you're Ozuna is hit it to the left side on the infield. So they'll play the infield back now. Baldwin struck out his first time up, the first pitch. Swing, slaps it over to short, and that'll be an easy out, assuming defense. It is 6-3, and that'll end the inning. Acuna gets on, but they can't do anything with it. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country, trailing by only 1.
People often ask, what's the best way to handle it when someone walking in front of you won't let you pass? Well, I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time. Move the out the way, bitch!
And so we are now in Yankee Stadium. On the mound, the man who's become known around this country as the Little Cajun, the man with a whipping arm, Ron Guidry. George Brett will lead off, followed by Hal McRae, Amos Otis. He hits it well to deep right center field. Piniella going way back to the wall and jumps. It's off the wall. Brett going around second, heading for third. He'll go into third. Triple George Brett.
He said in the pregame interview, Ron Guidry is not God. He typifies the Royals team. He wants to lead them, and he has just shown them that Ron Guidry can be hit.
I mean, therapy is great and all, but have you ever rage cleaned your house for 3 hours and then lit a candle? I imagine the results are similar.
Yeah. What is this right here?
A sunroof.
No, it's a roof.
A roof? It's a roof.
It's a roof.
Hunter, you don't bark like a dog. Like roof, roof, roof.
That's how you say it,
No,
though.
it's a
roof. Roof, roof, roof. 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 2 O's. Roof.
In your case, Duke, I realize this isn't fair to ask you to narrow it down to a single moment, but an all-star memory for you?
Well, it would have to be 1966 for me, Bob. The St. Louis Cardinals invited me back for the All-Star game that year. I worked the concession stands on a very hot day and really didn't catch a break there either. They gave me hot chocolate. I mean, I couldn't believe it, 106 degrees.
A typical bad break, a setback for you.
What a day.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long.
First pitch on the way is right there for a ball from Elder. It's 1-0. The 1-0 chopped over towards second base. Ozzy's on it. Easy 4-3, I should say. One away. Elder's in pretty good shape as far as pitch count. He's at 48 pitches. Luis Robert Jr., the batter. First pitch swinging, lifts it into right, not very deep. Acuna camps underneath it for out number 2. Two up, 2 down. This would go a long way if we get another quick pitch here. Cuero, the batter, he singled his first time up. First pitch on the way is a sinker off the edge. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing. Slices it down the line. Foul. 1-1. Braves trail 3-2. They have had plenty of opportunities to score in this game. They've had runners in scoring position in all 3 innings. The 1-1. This is high 2-1. If you're just joining us, the lone shot across the bow was Michael Harris's home run to dead center. It's the 2-1. Down and in 3-1. Yep, you heard that right. He hit another one. He is on fire. 3-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing. Chops it. Back to the mound. Elder's got it. Underhands it to Olsen. That'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Let's get some runs, Braves country.
I'm just sitting here in a parking lot of a shopping center. I'm screwed. Every year, my wife will say something like, hey, for this year's gift, I decided to get you baseball tickets to see your team. And the stadium is located near this restaurant that you love. And I remember that you love that restaurant because you told me about it 8.5 years ago. So I made a reservation there so we can eat there before the game. And I took the tickets and I wrapped them in a t-shirt from a clothing brand that you love. And the t-shirt is in the color blue because I know that's one of your favorite colors. I hope you enjoy your gift. And then it's my turn. And I'm like, I got you a hat. My wife is an elf, and I'm so bad at this.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Josh Hader traded to the Padres for Taylor Rogers, with Hader leading the league with 29 saves and Rogers being right behind him with 28. It's the first time in MLB history that 2 teams have traded closers with the 2 highest amount of saves. Walter Alston was the Dodgers manager from 1954 to 1976, winning 4 championships in that span. In the years that he was a manager, he never signed a multi-year contract and instead signed 23 consecutive one-year deals.
Everything he did seemed different.
Johnny made one-hand catching the thing. You know, most guys that came up in the 50s, 60s, there were two-handed catchers.
I broke my thumb twice, 1966. Then I broke it again at the end of 1967. And I said, this is stupid. That's when I started to become a one-handed catcher.
I keep my throwing hand away from the flight of the ball and where foul tips might be able to hit it.
He was a different animal when it comes to being a catcher in the big leagues.
It all came so fast, but even with the instant success, it still felt like Johnny Bench was just getting started.
You could see it coming. It was something that you felt, you saw, and you knew that this guy was going to get better and better and better.
You know, a lot of guys want to play, whatever the sport is. Bench didn't want to play. He wanted to win.
Ozzie Albies will lead us off. Braves trail by only 1. 3-2 your score, bottom of the 4th. Shane Smith, they've gotten some good hits on him. They just haven't put enough together to really put that big crooked number up yet. He's sitting at 54 pitches. First pitch on the way is a curveball outside wide. It's 1-0. I'm telling you, if I'm AA, if I could get this kid in a trade, put him in the bullpen, lean on that fastball that he's got with controllable ears, you might have something. The 1-0 fouls it straight back. It's 1-1. Of course, he might be making that call right now. The Chicago G is like, get your grubby hands off our guy. 1-1 count. Infield back and to the right. The third baseman is way in the 1-1. In the dirt, 1-2. His toes are on the grass. Ozzie slaps anything down that left side of the infield with any kind of speed. And he could roll one past the guy. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. 95. 2-2. Shorten up that swing and just poke it over there to the left. There is, I can't believe the guy's playing as close as he is. And he's backing up a little bit now with 2 strikes. I guess he thought Ozzie might bunt. The 2-2, swing, fouls it back into the crowd. Do it again. I would tell that kid over at third, we wish he would drop a button down every once in a while, but you don't have to worry about it. So a 2-2 count. Pitch on the way, swing, lace it over into right field. That's just over the diving attempt of the first baseman Vargas. Ozzy's booking. Go, baby, go, baby, go, baby, go. Head first slide, safe. And the Wiz gets it going.
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Little rock and rolling on a Tuesday night. That thing just got over the leaping attempt of Vargas. Talkman came up firing, a good throw from him, but Ozzy, he sniffed it out as soon as he left his bat. He's like, I got a chance for two, I'm going. In scoring position once again to lead off the inning. The first pitch is swung on by Nacho Alvarez. Diving catch by Talkman. And Ozzy's going to be stuck right there at second. He was going halfway, and Talkman made a diving attempt, and he is shaking his hand, his glove hand. Looked like the trainer was going out there, but I think he's waved him off, so I guess he's all right. He's a left-handed thrower, so it was his right hand. It looks like he got it trapped under him for a second as he made the catch. He did make the catch clean. That is without a doubt. Good play by Talkman. You know what the Chicago GM saying now? Get your grubby hands off Talkman too, man. Quit calling me, AA. First pitch on the way to Allen is a 95-mile-an-hour sinker at the knees. It's 1-0. He's had a good offensive series so far for the White Sox too. The leadoff man for the Pale Hose. Your out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. They're in the 6th in Miami. Cardinals lead the Marlins 6-2. The 1-0 is right there for a strike. It's 1-1. Blue Jays 5, Pittsburgh 1 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They're heading to the 6th. The Mets are up by a touchdown over D.C. in D.C. 1-1 count. Swing, slaps it back, foul, 1-2. If Ozzy wasn't going halfway, he would have been able to tag up and get to third, but I understand why he didn't, because it looked like that ball could have fell. Mariners trail the Phillies 4-1. Bryce Miller coming off the IL tonight. They're in the 6th. Orioles trail the Red Sox 1-0 in the 5th in Fenway. The 1-2 to Nick Allen. Down and away. 2-2. Four-seam fastball. Rays and Yankees scoreless. They have yet to begin that game. It is in a rain delay. They've not called it yet. A's and Twins 2-1. Athletics is the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Kind of an excuse me check swing, chasing it around. 2 down. I still say you're better off with Nick Allen trying to drop a bunt. Not a sacrifice there, but have him just try to drop one down for a base hit. With his speed and Ozzy's speed, there could be all kinds of disasters. And once again, this defense in the infield, it's already shown some cracks in it. They've got guys playing out of position all over the place. Jurickson Profar, the batter. Smith turns and fires it to second, but Ozzy back in time. Profar 0 for 2 with a line out and a fly out. Finish up that scoreboard. A's lead the Twins in Minneapolis 2-1. They're in Kansas City, Missouri, tied with Texas and the Royals 1-1. And the Brewers and Cubs, second part of their doubleheader, it's 1-0 Brewers in the first. Pitch on the way is an 89-mile-an-hour changeup off the dish. It's 1-0. Earlier today, Cubs found a way to beat the Brew Crew 6-4. First part of that doubleheader that was supposed to be completed yesterday, they did one today instead. The 1-0, 96 on the inner track, it's 1-1. Later on tonight, you got some pretty big games in the wild card race. Giants and Padres, Guardians and Diamondbacks, Reds and Angels, and the Dodgers are in Colorado to face the Rockies. 1-1 count. Swing lifted. Get up. Stay fair. Ram-a-lam-a-ding-dong, zip-boom-bam! Holy cow! Jerickson Profar goes to the jerk store once again. A 2-run shot. His 10th home run of the year. The cracks are breaking wide open.
That guy. You smoked him, I say. It's smart. It's a smart line, and a smart crowd will appreciate
10th home run of the year, 28th RBI.
Some bonehead mass audience.
437 happy feet.
They're running out of you.
109 miles an hour, heading towards the chop house. Bounces off the top of the chop house, and the Braves take a 1-run lead. First pitch is a bender right there to Mr. Matt Olson. It's 0-1. I think Olson would have liked to have that pitch back. That was right in his wheelhouse. The 0-1. Four-seam fastball. Did he go around? He did not. 1-1. That pitch was at the bottom of the zone. 1-1 count. Brings it. Swing. That ball sizzled through the hole for a base hit. Let's go.
Not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
Hard hit ball right up the middle. Righty-righty action now. First pitch on the way to Ronald Acuna Jr. is a swing and a miss. Off the edge, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it outside wide. 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing. Chops it off his instep. It's 1-2. Looked like it got a piece of Cuero, so they're giving him a chance to kind of shake that off. Home plate umpire Doug Eddings walked the ball out to Shane Smith to give him a chance. Yeah, it looked like it really got a piece of him right there on the quad. The 1-2 count. I hope so, Mark. The 1-2. Swing, pops it up. High and out of play. Do it again. If Acuna can get on, Money Mike stands on deck. Ozuna in the hole. I mean, this is a deep lineup once you get all these guys hitting the way they should be hitting. The 1-2 pitch. Swing. Lifts it. Down the right field line. Get up. It's not. It's going to die in the corner right there against the wall for a loud out number 3. But out for your Atlanta Braves. Retake the lead. It's 4-3 here in God's country.
Mets fan gets roasted by reporter.
Playing the Mets because they stopped holding on like the second week in April, and you can tell that the Mets absolutely stink despite having the highest payroll in the history of baseball, because normally when they're playing even average, all their seats are sold out for the season, and so they all come down to Philadelphia to watch their team. And we have only found one Mets fan, and look how dejected he looks. He's sitting right at the foot of the Mike Schmidt statue. No friends, no fellow Mets fans, and he looks like the saddest baseball fan in all of Major League Baseball right now. And he probably bought these tickets last winter thinking, I got to get this before I can't get a Mets ticket for 5 years. And now he probably had friends that also wanted tickets, and none of them wanted to travel to Philly to see that stinking Mets team.
Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell, Bob Uecker. We're at Royal Stadium in Kansas City.
I tell you, Howard, talking about Sparky Lyle. Of course, this is his second appearance, but he has pitched as well tonight as I have seen him all of last year. Well, there's your waterfall.
It's beautiful. You'll be deposited right under it. That's where you'll spend the night till your 6:05 plane tomorrow morning.
Biscuit hit in 8 straight games, 11 for 25 when he came in tonight, but so far he's been collared, and that's fouled out of play. Oh, somebody almost fell out of the upper deck trying to get that foul.
All you got to do is sit around like Howard and get hit in the chest with him. You don't have to dive around for him. Just sit and wait. Right, Howie?
All I can say is it's still another error on the Uecker record.
Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today.
First pitch on the way from Bryce Elder. Down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swats it down the line, foul. 1-1. 1-1 count. Braves lead it 4-3. Elder needs a shutdown inning here to get the bats back to Atlanta. 4-seam fastball, P at the knees. It's 1-2. Infield back into the right, so Nacho Alvarez is by his lonesome over there. With 2 strikes, he'll move towards the shortstop position, who's playing more of a true third base. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the slider. Falling off the end of the table. Away. Good pitch there by Elder. Started up about eye high and kept dipping and dipping and dipping, almost like a curveball, but without that spin that the curve has. Elder faced Mydroth now. First pitch on the way is inside. It's 1-0. High and out of the zone, called for a strike. Yeah, you're not getting the. Who was that said that? Adam, you're not getting that 8.5 now, buddy. It's in the 5th, and that's usually a sucker's play, anyways. When you chase it, 1-1. Right there, first strike. 1-2. You'll notice on the baseball overs when they get about halfway through a game, a fairly high scoring game like this, they build it out like the game, like the scores are going to keep coming. Is the 1-2, shoots it down the line, fair ball, taking a wide turn at first, and he'll head back. Acuna is about to unload the cannon, but he'll just flip it back into the infield. Yeah, you'll notice it. They'll say, well, the public out there is going to think there's going to keep just going. It's 4-3 now. That means it'll be 10-9 the final, and they'll shoot that over high as hell, and then all of a sudden the bullpens come into play, and it's lights out. First pitch on the way is banged through the infield, and Talkman follows that up with a single to right, and 2 on, 1 out. If that's going to be the case, Elder better buckle it down here. Braves keep scoring runs. He keeps coughing them up. Thank you, Iron Lung. Hopefully that'll bring us some good luck here. Appreciate the channel support. And he's in the heart of the order now. Vargas, who's 0 for 1. First pitch swinging. He hammers that into left field. Profar comes up firing it to the plate. Here comes the throw. Here comes the... And Baldwin dropped the ball. If he holds on to it, he's going to have him out. But he drops the ball, and the runner overran the plate. He didn't touch it. He came back and tapped the plate as Baldwin chased the ball. It's actually a pretty decent throw by Profar. If you're Baldwin there, he might have gotten distracted by the runner coming in, and he was trying to make the swipe tag. But if he just holds on to the ball there, the runner overran the plate, and he's going to be out. Instead, we got a tie game 4-4. Biggest surprise is that they're just sitting at first and second. I would have thought that they would have scampered another 90 feet after the ball getting away. First pitch on the way here is a sinker, chops it foul, it's 0-1. Bryce Elder keeps playing with his food out there. He's been gifted 4 runs, and he's given up the 4 runs. What if that Fraley kid can pitch? The 0-1, up top, first strike, it's 0-2. Oh, 2 count. I would say it'll probably be, I don't think they've announced it. Let me double check. The 0-2 in the dirt. 1-2. Vital Bruhan and Luke Williams are still on the active roster, so I don't think it'll be play till tomorrow maybe, as the 1-2 lifts it high and shallow into the sky. Here comes running in, making the catches, Michael Harris the second. Long way to go and a short time to get there. He was eastbound and down to away. 75% of your world is covered by water. The rest by Michael the Hawk Harris. He had a long way to go on that one. So the number 4 batter now, Sosa, cleanup hitter, first pitch, 90 at the outer edge. It's 0-1. Elder, 69. Now make that. Yeah, okay, that was the 69th pitch. So my guess is going to be Bruhan is the one that gets sent packing when Fraley comes in. The 0-1 in the dirt. It gives you a left-handed bat off the bench that can play the outfield. And he can play left, center, and right, by the way. Talking about Jake Fraley. The Braves picked up from the waiver wire off Cincinnati Reds this morning. The 1-1. Swing, belts it down the line, but plenty foul, thankfully. It's 1-2. One-two count. Sosa taking his time out. Pitch on the way. Swing, slaps it through the hole, and that's going to bring home the run. And the White Sox take the lead. Merry-go-round continues. Throw comes over to third. Poor choice by Acuna to throw it in over to third. It brings the runner from first to second as the ball gets skipped away. And now they've got runners at second and third. Still 2 away. If you're Acuna there, I know he's wanting to show off his arm, but A, it's not Riley over there playing third. That's number 1. B, you got to keep the other runner at first. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball to Benintendi. It's 1-0. Thank you, Uncle Charlie. The 1-0 outside wide, 2-0. Two-0 count. Brings it. Check swing. Did he go around? Looked like he did. Nope, they're not going to give him the call. 3-0. So a 3-0 to Benintendi. Luis Robert stands on deck. So it's a tight spot here because you got the lefty with the 3-0, but you don't really want to face Robert with the bases loaded. The 3-0. Well, we're going to find out. Ball 4. And Bryce Elder, he couldn't buy a strike right now. Kranitz is going to go out there and talk to him real quick. Braves trail 5-4. The most talented batter on the roster for the White Sox is coming to the plate with the bases loaded. There are 2 outs. He's 0 for 2 on the night. He will head down back to the dugout, Kranitz. Bases loaded. Tough spot here in the game. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Elder has coughed up 2 runs in the lead here in this inning, but if he can keep it right here, we'll take it. First pitch on the way is a 91-mile-an-hour sinker. Nowhere near the zone. It's 1-0. Inside. If you're wondering, the number 7, 8, and 9 hitters would follow Robert, so Cuero is on deck. 1-0. 2-0. Slider nowhere near the zone. You cannot call for a slider down and away when you're behind the count. That's not how it works. You got to hit the zone. The 2-0. Right there, sinker at the knees. There you go, 2-1. I'm not even getting on to Baldwin for calling that because Smurf does the same thing. They're not nearly as aggressive as they should be. Runner at third keeps dancing back and forth. The 2-1. Swing, chops a foul, 2-2. I think he's trying to make Elder nervous. He might have made Robert nervous. Vargas is the man down at third. 2-2 count. Last thing you want to do is go to a full count here because the runners will be on the go. The 2-2. Swing! That ball's banged down the line. Foul. We'll do it again. Braves trail 5-4 in a seesaw affair. 2-0 Atlanta in the first. 3-2 Chicago in the third. 4-3 Braves in the fourth. The 2-2. Did he go around? They didn't give it to him. Full count. So now the runners will be on the go. Braves took a 4-3 lead in the fourth, and as soon as we take the lead, Elder has coughed up 2, and we hope that's all it'll be. Elder comes set. Runners go. The payoff pitch. Check swing foul. Just went inside. Full count. Robert knows he swung at ball 4. It was a sinker that went down inside, and he just got a piece of it. So a full count. The runners will be on the move with 2 outs, and the bases juiced. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. The pitch. Swing, hammers it down the line, and it's a fair ball. Just inside the third base line, and it's going to take forever for Profar to get to it. It is 7-4. 8-4 make it. Bases clearing, RBI double. And now Snicker comes out to get him. Day late and $1 short. That's what they'll put on his plaque in Braves country. We'll be back in a flash. On this date, 1900, the great Rube Waddell throws 2 complete games in Western League action as Milwaukee sweeps the doubleheader from the White Sox 2-1 and 1-0. Skipper Connie Mack coaxes the colorful southpaw, who threw 17 innings in the first game, promising him a few days off to go fishing if he pitches the nightcap. The left-hander responds with a 5-inning one-hitter. On this date in 1917, in the first Major League game in New York on a Sunday, the Reds beat the Giants at the Polo Grounds 5-0. After the contest, police officers arrest managers John McGraw and Christy Mathewson for violating the blue laws, prohibiting playing the national pastime on the Sabbath. And on this date in 1921, at Navin Field, Detroit Tiger outfielder, the great Ty Cobb, 34 years old at the time, becomes the youngest player to collect 3,000 hits when he singles off right-hander Elmer Myers in his team's 10-0 rout of the Boston Red Sox. The Georgia Peach will end his career with 4,191 hits, the most ever in the major leagues until it's passed 64 years later by Pete Rose. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. State 1919, the longest hitting streak. Welcome back. Connor Siebold coming on. First pitch on the way. High and out of the zone. It's 1-0. We haven't seen him yet. The 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Digs in and fires. 91. Misses high. 2-0 count. Fouls it out of play. 2-1. Connor Siebold, one of the recent moves, 29 years old, Cal State Fullerton, drafted by the Phillies in the 2017 draft, so he could be a spy. The 2-1 outside wide, 3-1. Played for Boston and Colorado, and then Tampa this year. 3-1 up top. Grabs the strike zone, 3-2. He's thrown 6 innings this year, a 1.35 ERA, but he does have a 1.5 whip. 3-2. Down and in, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Cuero at first. Luis Robert at second. Still 2 outs. And the Braves still having a hard time getting out of this 5th inning. Baldwin, the batter. Brooks Baldwin, 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch is 87 miles slider. Inside, it's 0-1. The 0-1, Siebold looks back, kicks and fires, fouls it away, 1-1. He was brought up from the Stripers today, Siebold. If you missed any of the news, the Braves claimed Jake Fraley off of the waiver wire. They also optioned Hunter Stratton and Daysbel Hernandez to the minors. As the 1-1 fouled back, it's 1-2. And along with bringing up Seabold, the Braves recalled Dane Dunning. If you missed it a couple of days ago, Cookie Carrasco had elected free agency on the 16th as the 1-2 up the middle, grabbed by Allen. He'll step on the bag, and that'll end the inning. Long story short, Cookie's back in the minor leagues as he signed a minor league contract with Atlanta. We'll be back in a flash.
I just had to leave Walmart, come back out here in my car because I ain't dealing with that shit. I mean, I understand slow and I understand aggravated, but being drunk too, I mean, they got to work on these cashiers, man. This is the last time I'm using self-checkout.
What is your favorite American expression?
August in Kansas City, it's hotter than two rats in the Whitesox.
On August 24th, 1919, Ray Caldwell pitched in his first game as a Cleveland Indian against the Philadelphia Athletics. And Caldwell was pitching a great game, going into the ninth inning having only given up one run. However, needing just one more out to complete the game, Caldwell was struck by lightning. And not just him, the catcher, umpire, and shortstop also reported shocks. Caldwell went down to the ground and stayed unconscious for apparently 5 minutes. But after those 5 minutes, Caldwell stood up, seemingly okay. Caldwell stayed in and finished the complete game. He did not suffer any major effects from the lightning, and in fact went on to pitch a no-hitter about 2 weeks later.
I guess they're heavily addicted to marijuana. I started like breaking into houses and stealing and ripping my mom and my granny and all my family off. And like that marijuana hit me hard, and it didn't help with my meth addiction either.
When the Reds hired Sparky Anderson as their manager in 1970, Bench got his wish.
Let me tell you something. I'm not calling you out. I'm not second guessing.
What do you want? Sparky came out of nowhere. Nobody knew who Sparky was. You know, Sparky had to prove himself.
Sparky's strategy was simple: ride his star catcher as far as he could.
Well, damn, Sparky had to kiss his ass every once in a while for how good he was.
There were times when Sparky, I said, you know, Sparky, come on. Am I ever going to get a day off? He said, let me tell you, if we're behind, I'm going to catch you to catch up. If we're tied, I'm going to catch you to get ahead. If we're ahead, catch you to stay ahead. I said, I'm not getting any days off, am I? He said, no.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark.
Braves trail 8-4, but we've seen them come back quite a bit here in the recent memory.
If you want to stop me, you're going to have to kill me!
And here we come. Atlanta Braves go to the bats. Michael Harris, the second, will lead us off. We get going here on a fifth inning, trailing by just 4. And 5-6 weeks ago, I would never have said just 4, but the Braves have been putting some runs up on the board. First pitch on the way, swung on, chopped over to first. 3-1 on the putout, one away. Another hard hit ball there by Harris. Just right into the teeth of the defense. Marcell Ozuna to be your batter, righty-righty matchup. Shane Smith at 78 pitches, and they've been clocking them. They just, so many times these first 4 innings that we've come to the bats, we've gotten some runs, but we could have kicked the door through and putting some big crooked numbers up. Instead, we trail by 4. The first pitch on the way to Ozuna. Right there for a strike, it's 0-1. I'll tell you what, if Elder doesn't clean it up, they were asking, who do you think goes, that the Braves make room with when is the 0-1 in the dirt 1-1? When Chris Sale comes a-calling next week, and at this point, I mean, I think it's got to be Elder. The 1-1 outside wide to him. The other reasoning is because we know how they're running the team this year. They're just trying to get through the entire season with all the injuries they have. Is the 2-1 swing, says back foul, 2-2. And remember, Elder still has options, so he can be sent down to the minors. Some of the other options, you're going to have to release them. And not that it would be the the most devastating thing in the world is the 3-1 lifted high and deep into right center field. Get up! Oh, right there at the warning track at the wall for a loud out number 2. He got plenty of height on it, just got underneath it. Wow. What little bit of wind is out there knocked it down. A foot, maybe 2 away from pay dirt. Even Ozuna thought that thing was out. He was like, are you kidding me? First pitch on the way is a sinker right there to Baldwin. It's 0-1. Just need a couple feet more. Maybe you need to talk to Jerks and Profar's guy. The 0-1. The dirt 0-2. 0-2 count to Drake Baldwin. It's on a bit of a mini slump. But I think it's hard for him to stay in a groove when you're constantly putting him on the bench for a lesser product. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. 95 miles an hour, the high heat, and that'll end the inning. Braves go down in order. We go to the 6th inning, trailing by 4.
Consider going along with some drug testing policies that he wants to put into baseball, and I'll tell you, the players seem very united against that. Despite the urgings of the commissioner, they just feel it's an invasion of privacy.
Perhaps it is, but then again, there's so much bad publicity coming down day after day after day.
There's the 2-0 to Horner, and that's a strike at the inside corner. Well, I don't think that they're going to go along with the policies that Uberoth wants as is, but there may be some area for compromise in there, hopefully. 3-1 the count, and Bob Horner. Horner hit into a force play his first time. That's well out of here. Deep to left field. How far is it going? It almost made it to the club level. A long 2-run homer for Bob Horner, his 27th of the year. RBIs number 87 and 88. And the Braves are back to within 2.
And, of course, tonight we're going to see the red-hot New York Yankees. I've just seen them in a 4-game series in New York, probably one of the hottest hitting clubs in baseball. You know, when you're talking about hitting, you're talking about one of my favorite subjects. 200 lifetime batting average, tied me with another sports great, averaging 200 or better for a 10-year period. But, you know, a lot of people looking in tonight, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, sure, you can talk the way you do because it was always easy for you. This is not true. I've had my problems, all incidents that happened during the ball game with me hitting. Coming up in the 9th inning of a ball game, bases loaded, 2 outs, down by a run. And to look in the visitor's dugout and see them sitting there with their street clothes on. I've had incidents happen where I'd come home maybe a 0 for June, 0 for July. And I'll never forget what my dad used to tell me. Why don't you get a job? But these are little things that never bothered me. Maybe to look down at the third base coach for a sign, have him turn his back on you. Or maybe the catcher, instead of putting a sign down, just hollering out and telling the pitcher what to throw.
First pitch on the way from Seabold to start the inning is banged on the ground to Meidrith. 5-3 to start your inning. It's 1 away. Braves trail 8-4. Bryce Elder once again a disaster. 4 2/3, 8 runs. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. And he's had a couple of decent starts in the last month, but honest engine, like he's just not a major league pitcher at this point. First pitch on the way to Talkman is right there at the knees. It's 0-1. I'm ready for them to try anybody, even if it's a, because if you have any chance of getting Bryce Elder, is the 0-1. Evens up the count at 1-1. 1-1 count. If you have any chance of fixing Bryce Elder for anything, whether it's bullpen, whatever, you got to get him down on the farm to work on his mechanics. The 1-1. Chops it over to first. Backhanded by Olsen. Underhanded scoop to Seabold, who covers the bag. 2 down. You know, those are the little things you don't think about when these guys get moved up and down. guys who have not been with the organization, are the little things when they're covering first base. And they have to, because every one of these guys are going to deliver it just a little different around the league. And then he's got to adjust to how Matt Olson tosses the ball to him. You don't even think about that as a fan sitting at home, but it's amazing that you don't see more gaps, because if it was football or basketball, there'd be all kinds of problems if they didn't get a chance to practice before the game. The 1-0's popped up, back foul out of play. It's 1-1. One count. You cutting that check there, Richard? $230 million over the next 8 years. The 1-1 right there for a strike. It's 1-2. That's going to be a contract that I think the Yankees will get paid good dividends in the front end. In the last 3 years, it's going to be an albatross hanging around their neck. So we know how injury prone Matt has been. He's not going to get any younger throughout that contract. He gets to his back 30s with a little velocity as the 1-2, outside wide 2-2. I didn't have a problem with them letting him go. It would have been nice if everything was even and you weren't paying an outrageous amount of money for Max Fried. But we knew off the jump. I mean, we talked about it last spring that Max Fried was gone. The 2-2. Lifts it high into right field. Giving chases Acuna. It's going to get down just in front of him. He turns and fires it to second. The runner will just get in time for a 2-out double. Acuna, he was at the height of his sprint when he got over there. The ball dropped in front of him and then bounced off his leg. So he was trying to slam on the brakes when he realized he wasn't going to get to it. Vargas, he was busting it out of the box. If he wasn't, if that throw by Acuna was perfect, he would have been dead meat. He didn't even slide. I don't think he realized what was coming. Going to be a missile heading his way. Teal, the batter, first pitch 83 outside, 1-0. He called that a strike? Okay, we'll take it. It's 0-1. That was darn near pitch out territory. Doug Eddings doing Doug Eddings things. The 0-1, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. And why have we seen this crew? I swear it seems like it's every other week we see this crew. You'd think there's only like 5 or 6 in baseball. The 0-2 count. Fouls it down the line. We'll do it again. Gabe Morales is behind the plate tomorrow, and he is not much better. Emil Jimenez last night. And this is just this crew is ranked at the bottom of Major League Baseball. Jacob Metz we have not seen much of, and we won't see him in this series. The 0-2 fouls it away. But I've always said birds of a feather, and when you with these MLB umpire crews, and you'll notice it, the ones that are really bad, they all tend to be bad together because it's almost like it's almost like peer pressure. Come on, man. You need to suck. We suck. Let's go. The 0-2. Nowhere near the zone. Change up. 1-2. That pitch was 6 to 8 inches off the plate, and that's where he was aiming for. I don't know what they were doing there. It wasn't even a fastball if they were thinking of pitch out. The 1-2, down and in, four-seamer, 2-2. Baldwin sets up on the outer edge, and as he's about to wind up on that pitch, he literally sets the target up in the right-handed batter's box. The 2-2. Swing, slaps it down the line, just foul. We'll do it again. I feel like if he had that much pinpoint control, we wouldn't be picking him up off the trash chute. 2-2 count. Kyle Teal, 1 for 3. Another good night at the plate with a 2-run double. The 2-2, bang, down the right field line. She is gone. Kyle Teal has papers on Atlanta Braves pitching. A 2-run shot. It's now 10-4, good buddy. We're here in the 6th. Embarrassing display of pitching by Spencer Strider and Bryce Elder the last 2 nights. And then they bring Siebold in for basically waving the white flag. And I don't get that because the way this Braves offense has been clicking, I would not be bringing in. We've got a day off on Thursday. They're acting like they're going to just running on fumes right now. The bullpen has not been used as badly as you would think it would have because of some of the circumstances that have played out during this stretch. First pitch on the way to Sosa is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Essentially, all of our back of the bullpen guys sat last night. The 1-0, swing and a miss, and 1. 1-1 count. Ten to 4 your score. The pitch in the dirt, bounces away. 2-1. Even with all that being said, we were down 8 runs last night and brought the tying run to the plate, and had they not already pulled Michael Harris, it would have been him who was 4 for 4 on the night. So it ain't over yet, Braves country. The 2-1 inside, 3-1. We saw what this bullpen of the White Sox is capable of doing. Three-1 count. Dane Dunning is warming up. Pitch on the way. Swing, fouls it away. Full count. Siebold, 32nd pitch. And for a reliever, you're getting up there when you've only gone through a little over an inning. The 3-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the inning, but not before a 2-run home run puts the Braves down by 6. But we got Ozzie, Nacho coming to the plate, and if we get it going, the top of the order right behind them.
People often ask, what's the best way to handle a coworker who clips their nails at work? Well, I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time.
This ain't your mother bathroom. Do that shit at home.
Did you know in the 80s we didn't even drink water? It just didn't happen. Like, I didn't have a support water bottle with me all the time. I didn't wake up and chug a huge glass of water. I didn't even worry if I was hydrated because I didn't even know hydration was a thing. I drank milk. I drank orange juice. I drank pop. Maybe during gym class, if you were really hot and sweaty, you would run over to the drinking fountain and you would suck that thing dry. But otherwise, like, we just existed and water didn't matter.
And the whole nation wanted to see Mark Fidrich. Now, keep in mind, this is in the 70s. You don't have all the highlight shows. You don't have satellite feeds. People outside Detroit wanted to see this kid who was a phenom. So he winds up pitching on Monday Night Baseball. And Uke is in the booth.
I'll tell you, this is one of the funniest guys probably that I've seen come along in baseball in a long time. He's got outstanding stuff, though, Bob. He's won 7, lost 1. Now, each time he gets the ball back, when he gets set to bring it on, when he gets set to go to his delivery, you'll see him mumble a couple of words to the ball. And what he's doing, he's telling the ball where he wants it to go. If he throws a slider, fastball, that sinking fastball. If he's trying to hit the outside, that's what he... You know, the one thing I think a lot of people wonder about a youngster like Mark Fidrich, he's 7-1. He got all the antics out the mouth. He's talking. He's telling the ball where he wants it to go. Think that doesn't bother you as a hitter? I'm telling you, it's got to.
Come on, ball, right down there.
Oh, Mark Fidrich continues to sail along. One out in the Yankee 6. That's one of the reasons they call him the Bird. Named him after the bird on Sesame Street. Tall, lean, and he's got webbed feet. No, that's not true. Well, look at that young guy talk to himself. Say, if that ball starts talking back, he's in trouble.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies right there for a ball.
Shut up!
It's 1-0. 1-0, swung on, fouled straight back. 1-1. Braves trail 10-4. After leading 4-3, it's all been the bad pitching from Bryce Elder, and then they brought in Seabold off the trash heap to give up a 2-run shot. The curveball is outside wide. 2-1. 2-1 count. Smith, 89 pitches, so this will be his last inning one way or the other. 2-1, slaps it back foul, 2-2. They're trying to get as many innings out of him because their bullpen has been dreadful. I think that might have got a hold of a piece of Cuero behind the plate. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike three. Blew it right by him. Ozzie Albies about a mile behind that one. One away. One down, and Nacho Alvarez comes to the plate. First pitch on the way. 94 miles an hour on the outer edge. It's 0-1. It's funny, I was looking at the Braves bullpen ERA, and they'd been so good coming into this series. It still hadn't moved the needle much at all. We were still right in the middle of the pack. The 0-1 outside wide, 1-1. That's just how dreadful they had been earlier in the season. For Brave standards, not for most Major League Baseball clubs, they would take that kind of effort. The 1-1 count, 95, up top 1-2. But when you get rid of just absolute dumpster fires like Montero and whatnot, you're going to improve your bullpen. But then when you bring guys back up and constantly shove them back out there, like Seabold out of nowhere, it's kind of hard to explain it to the guys that you're actually trying to win. The 1-2. Down and away, 2-2. 2-2 count. Comes, sets, and brings it. 95, whistles it back to the backstop. Do it again. The 2-2, swing, pokes it over towards second base area, 4-3 put out, 2 down. Two down, and Nick Allen comes to the plate. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball, knocked foul and out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1. 95 outside wide, 1-1. One count. Smith brings it. 95 at the knees, 1-2. The 1-2 swing, hits it up the middle, diving stop over there at short. Midra fires it to first, and he'll get Allen by a half step. Nifty play over there by Midra. We'll go to the 7th inning. It's 10-4, good buddy. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Good morning, everyone. God has let me live another day, and I am about to make it everyone's problem.
There are two types of people in this world. There's people that want to get drunk with me, and then there's people that have got drunk with me that never want to do it again. It's all fun and games till we're under an upside-down four-wheeler. And then it's, why did you do that? What the is wrong with you?
Here are some facts and stats so crazy you'll think I'm lying. Hoyt Wilhelm hit a home run in his first career at bat, and then never hit another home run for the rest of his career. The first Tommy John surgery recipient inducted in the Hall of Fame was not a pitcher. It was Paul Molitor, who had Tommy John surgery in 1984. With a minimum of 20 decisions, the opposing pitcher with the best lifetime win-loss record against the New York Yankees is none other than Babe Ruth. In 3,364 at-bats, Mark Lemke was never hit by a pitch. Mariano Rivera, otherwise known as Mo, wore the number 42. If you look up the atomic number 42 in the periodic table, it is also Mo. The 1981 Reds had the best record in baseball, but didn't make the playoffs. Art Shamsky is the only player in Major League history to hit 3 home runs in a game in which he was not in the starting lineup.
I don't want to learn any more life lessons. My character is developed. Go away.
Question is, if there's one game you want to win, who do you want pitching it? And the answer consistently was Whitey Ford.
Many felt that Stengel had cost the Yankees the 1960 World Series by not starting Ford in the opening game against Pittsburgh. So while Ford shut out the Bucks twice, he wasn't available to pitch the 7th and deciding game.
That 7th game, which we lost 10-9, I said, that's the game I should be pitching. I was so damn mad.
Learning the lesson from the Pirate loss, Houck was determined to get the most out of Ford. During the previous regular seasons, Stengel had often held Ford back to pitch against the league's toughest lineups. The new manager had other ideas.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss up top. 0-2. 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, cutter, strike 3. Dane Dunning back in style. Luis Robert comes to the plate. A 3-run double that broke this game open his last time up. First pitch on the way is a sinker right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Down and in, 1-1. 1-1 count. Down below the knees, 2-1. I was going to save that for the Mets series, but I kind of figured I'd forget about it, so I went ahead and shared it for 2-1. Outside wide, 2-2. The 2-2 from Dunning, man, he is working quick. Strike 3, got him on the outer edge, 2 down. I don't remember him working this quick. Maybe he worked on that when he was down on the farm, but he is gripping it and ripping it as soon as he gets the ball back from Baldwin. He's not working on the pitch clock. He's working on like a shot clock. He's like, give me the ball, shoot. First pitch on the way, 91 right there for a strike. To Cuero, it's 1-0. 2 up, 2 down. 7th inning stretch on the way, and then we got happy hour, the 1-0. Down and in, 2-0. 2-0 count. Kicks and fires, swing and a miss, 2-1. Braves trail 10-4. The 2-1. Did he go around? Looked like he did. He did. That'll leave it up to count at 2-2. Cuero 1 for 2. righty-lefty matchup. Pitch on the way. Swing hammered over to first, but Ollis has got it, and that'll end the inning. We'll go to the 10th inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing 10-4. Grab the sticks and see what we can do. Get up and stretch, Braves country.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. We out to the ball game. We out to the top. Find me something up. Cracker Jack.
Welcome back, Braves country. Tyler Gilbert's coming on with a 3.13 ERA. As the Braves try to see if they can crack into this bullpen. They scored 4 runs on Smith, but felt like it should have been a lot more. Lefty-righty matchup as they turn Profar around. First pitch on the way is a sinker up top, spinning for a strike. It's on 1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing belted down the line. And just foul. Profar, if you're just joining us, hit a 2-run home run from the left side last time up. Been on a bit of a little bitty tear. It's 10th home run of the year. The 0-2. Swing. Hits it to deep into the hole off the glove of Myroth, and that'll be on for probably a base hit, but it did go off his glove. It was going to be a tough play, and I don't know if he could have thrown out Jerks and Profar over there, but we'll see how they play it.
Well, the Jerks star call, they're running out of you. It's smart. It's a smart line, and a smart crowd will appreciate it. And I'm not going to dumb it down for some bonehead mass audience.
Thank you, Shooter. First pitch on the way to Matt Olson. That ball's going to get ripped into left field. Jerks and Profar goes corner to corner. We've got runners on the corners. Nobody out from the Ice House.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
So 2 on, nobody out. 4 pitches in for Gilbert, and they're going to go out there and give him a quick talk by the hind catcher. Cuero. As Ron Acuna Jr. comes to the plate. We'll go ahead and pull the screen back here. First pitch on the way is a splitter. Outside wide. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing. Hammers it through the hole. RBI single for Acuna Matata. Vamos Bravos, baby.
Vamos!
Bravo.
First and second, nobody out. And here comes that man, Michael Harris II.
Bravo.
So it's your fault, Retro. Okay, we're discussing who to blame for that onslaught of runs. Evidently it was Captain Retro for falling asleep at the wheel. Gilbert goes out there. He's thrown 6 pitches. He goes, man, what the hell? Pitching coach for the White Sox is out there to have a quick powwow. This will count as their 3rd visit to the mound overall. Ethan Katz, the pitching coach out there. Tonight he's actually wearing a jersey. Remember last time I was getting on to him because he wasn't. He was just wearing some kind of a pullover. Harris digs in. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. The first pitch. Down and away. Sinker. It's 1-0. The 1-0. You've got Olsen at second and Acuna at first. So good speed to score from home. Scored 2 home on a double. As the 1-0 right there at the knees. It's 1-1. The 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. Nasty sweeper 1-2. You can see why he was brought in to face the left-handers. That is a nasty pitch. They're calling that a sweeper, but it's got some sink to it, and it bites off the edge almost like a slider. Probably dial it up at least one more time. The 1-2. Swing. Hits it over to the right side. The only play is to first base. So though it wasn't a base hit, that was a productive out, and that's not nothing when you're trying to get back into the ball game. Good job by Mike.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
10-5. Braves are still alive. And it looks like they're going to go get him. They don't want that left-hander going into the big club they've called Marcell Ozuna. Bottom of the 7th inning. We will be back in a flash here on Braves Country. The Braves don't go anywhere. You thought we were through? Tying run standing in the hole. We'll be back. Mac McGee.
And I, we're on the same team.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
And we need more players. We need you to help us win the battle against hunger and poverty. You can sponsor
Braves Country Radio.
Teamwork is what
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
it is all about. And that's why we need you. For just $15 a month,
Don't get greedy. Ask for $2.99.
you can sponsor a child just like
Braves Country Radio.
I've been able to really help,
Braves Country Radio.
and it feels so good. It's so easy. Just reach out now and start sending your love around the world.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
If you join our team, we really can bat 1,000.
Mac McGee.
Who's waiting for help? There's room on our team for you.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah!
Welcome back. Elvis Peguero coming on to the bump. Right-hander with the 5 ERA. We've seen him before. From what I remember, he's got pretty nasty stuff even with the high ERA. Marcell Ozuna takes the first pitch for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Runners at second and third, just one out the pitch. Down and away slider. 2-0. 2-0 count. Now, when we saw Peguero, it was earlier this year against the Brewers. It's a 2-0, down and away, 3-0. He has struggled with command, but he does have some heat. So if he can find the zone, he can be difficult, but here's hoping he doesn't find the zone. The 3-0. In the dirt, ball 4. So Marcell Ozuna says, how do you do? I'll go ahead and walk on down to first. And you know what that means. If Ozuna's going down to first and the bases are loaded and Drake is coming to the plate, that means the tying run is standing on deck. Infield back into the right. First pitch on the way to the Drake is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Hopefully someone talked to Drake and let him know that he's really struggled with command. I know we saw it in the last at bat, but be aware of the fact that you might want to stand there until you get a strike. 1-0. Down and in, 2-0. 2-0 count. Will Venable, the manager, standing there going, oh my God. The look on his face. He's sending his catcher out there now. He's like, I brought you in here to calm it down, not to throw 6 consecutive balls. You know what he's telling the rest of the dugout right now?
You shut up! You shut up! I'm so scared right now, you shut up! Are you doing this? No, I'm doing this.
Home plate umpire Doug Edding will head on down to the mound, break up the powwow. Thank you for the contribution, Justin. Appreciate you supporting the channel. The 2-0 pitch in the dirt, 3-0. So I'm telling you right now, if I'm Drake Baldwin, I'm going to have the bat behind me and just let him know. I ain't swinging, man. I don't think you can hit it. Kind of like that scene in Bull Durham where Crash Davis threatened him. The 3-0. Outside wide ball 4. So he'll head on down to first, and the Drake has an RBI, a walk, and the Braves will bring the tying run to the plate.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
First pitch on the way to Ozzie, below the knees. That was a good old-fashioned charity strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, lifted into left center field. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. 1 run will score. The Braves have made it 10-7. 2 runs will score. The Braves have made it 10-8. And your Atlanta Braves have got up off the mat. And it's a 2-run game where we've got runners on the corners with 1 out. Ozzie Albies coming through.
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
It was a long single as they were playing the outfield back. on normal depth, that's going to get to the wall, and we'd have a one-run game, and Ozzie would at least be at second. So that's good management there by Venable to try to limit the damage, but nonetheless, it's a two-run game. First pitch on the way to Nacho Alvarez is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. It's be a fine time for Nacho to hit his first home run of his Major League Baseball career. Tying run at first. Runners on the corners. Defense back into the left. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, chases. It's 0-2. Nick Allen stands on deck, and I'm telling you, this is where I'm using a pinch hitter. I don't have the... See who they've got on there. Yep, yeah, it is Brujan on deck. At least it gives you a fighting chance against the right-hander. The 0-2 count. If Brooks... I don't know why I call him Brooks. If Jake Fraley had made it to the team already, they'd be using him right now. The 0-2 flips it over to first to get the runner, and Ozzie diving underneath the tag. Do not get thrown out, Ozzie. A fly ball could make this a one-run game. And the infield is back. The 0-2 chopper over towards second. Ozzie lays down, forces the throw, and he's going to be safe. Ozzie, great job, Ozzie. Good night, all. 10-9 your score. Ozzie Albies, if he runs into it, it's going to be a double play. But instead, Ozzie Albies took a seat. He had to reach for him. By the time he threw it, Nacho Alvarez had crossed the base. Great heads-up play by the Wiz.
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
We saw that a few years ago. The Mets were doing it. Buck Showalter was the guy that taught those kids for the Mets how to do it. I always thought to myself, well, why the hell aren't we doing things like that? And look at Ozzie. That's going to be it. He's gone. We'll be back in a flash. Another pitching change. We got him on the ropes, Braves country. Little rope-a-dope in Hot Atlanta. Let's go.
Hello, I'm Charles Daniels. For years, we've been taking you to villages like this and showing you the heartbreak of families whose only mistake was being born poor. They need your help. And for only
$2.99
a month, you can provide
the Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
Ask for more. Sorry? Ask for more money. Why are you starting so low?
Don't get greedy. Ask for $2.99.
As you can see, these villagers are desperate for your help, so don't hesitate. Dial the number and send over
$2.99
a month. That's all we need.
Start higher. I know, right?
$2.99
A month may not sound like a lot, but it can mean so much to
Braves Country Radio.
It's not even a round number. I'm just saying, why not start at
$2.99
a month? That's all these people need to survive. And they'd be so lucky and appreciative to get it. So for the price of a cup of coffee.
You talking about all they need to send is the bare minimum to keep us alive.
How you gonna save our lives with only 39 cents? Because I'm trying to do the math in my head, but I just can't see it.
$2.99
This is plenty.
He keeps saying
$2.99
Why you keep saying
For the price of a cup of coffee.
why it can't be the price of an Arizona iced tea?
Because it's not the price of an Arizona, it's got to be coffee.
It don't, though.
Plus, coffee is way more expensive than
$2.99
You know, for a starving village, you people have a lot of energy.
Hey, how much was that coffee?
It doesn't matter.
I bet you don't even know what country you in.
I do know what country I'm in.
What country you at? What country you at?
Braves Country Radio.
All right, look.
Welcome back. Brujan the batter. They flip him around. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Chops it down the line. Foul. It's 0-1. Tying run is at first. And Nacho Alvarez. Braves had already made the lineup change, so Brujan will stay in to hit. Theory, what you could do, if this was the ninth inning, you could have brought Sean Murphy in and then had Luke Williams play short. The 0-1 swing lifts it into left field. That's down for a base hit, and that's not nothing. Runners on first and second. 1 out, 2 outs, excuse me. And the hit parade continues. We'll do this thing called going back to the top of the order from whence it came. And the Braves have batted around. We haven't even gotten to happy hour yet. We've put 5 runs on the board. Jurickson Profar, 1 for 4 on the day. Lefty righty, first pitch on the way. Sweeper right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Think big picture too. Whitesox are using a ton of bullpen guys these first 2 games. And that's the second lefty out of the pen so far. The 0-1. 92 off the plate, 1-1. Standing on deck is Matt Olson. In the hole is Ron Acuna Jr. 2 on, 2 out. 5 across. The pitch. Right there for a strike. They throw down to second, and Brujan is caught with his hand in the cookie jar. I don't know what he was doing. He's not the lead runner. He couldn't have been running. He just had an incredibly large lead, and he got busted for it. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put 5 on the board. It's a 1-run game. We'll go to the 8th inning. You know what that means, Braves country. Put a new twist on it tonight as well.
106 miles from Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? Yeah? Yeah, I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
When buying a beer, don't make this mistake. Buying only 1 beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Okay.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, 1 leg at a time.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is not...
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Drink a beer. Salute.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
Oh, yeah? I mean, the Lord. You gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
Welcome back. Dylan Lee fires the first pitch in for a strike. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. Swung on, lifted into shallow left field. Coming in, making the catch is Profar for out number 1. Meade, the pinch hitter, heads back to the dugout. Braves trail 10-9. Just joining us, a wild game once again here in Braves country. First pitch on the way. 4-seam fastball, top of the zone. It's 0-1. We were talking about this a couple months ago. I was like, if we're not going to be in it, we're going to be losing. Can they at least be exciting? These have been exciting ball games the last few weeks. The 0-1 right there. Off the edge, it's 1-0. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires, swing. fouls it back into the mask of Baldwin, 1-2. One-two count. Lefty righty, the pitch, swing, chops it over to third. Nacho fires it across, some high cheese over to Olsen. 2 down. Two down, and Talkman, the batter. Talkman 2 for 4 on the day. He's had a good series for the White Sox. Also made that great sliding catch in the outfield earlier. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball. For a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1 in the dirt. 1-1. You ever take the under when Bryce Elder's pitching? I'm going to have you freaking put into an insane asylum. He is awful. The 1-1, down and away, 2-1. 2-1 count. I mean, a blind squirrel finds an acorn every once in a while, but all in all, you cannot trust Bryce Elder. 2-1 count, lefty, the pitch on the way, swing, pops it up, high in the sky. Harris taking a little Sunday stroll, a little to the left, a little to the right. Kind of did a two-step out there to make the catch, and that'll end the inning. Sox go down, 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and the top of the order is on the way as Profar will get to go back to the at-bat.
I feel like women who are gluten-free should have a hall pass on having to deal with boys' bad behavior. Like, we've already had our pasta taken from us. Our bread tastes like unhappiness and has the texture of kinetic sand, so if you get to play with us, swipe left, because we've already been through enough hard times.
Happy Festivus.
It's Festivus.
When George was growing up, his father...
Nothing. It's nothing. It's a stupid holiday my father invented. It doesn't exist.
Happy Festivus, Georgie.
So you can take my glasses off my face to see if I can see without them, but if I flip a out a wheelchair to see if he can move without it, now y'all want to cancel me. Now I'm in the wrong.
Out of all races, what would you say is your least favorite race?
The one where you got to chase a toddler around the house to put his clothes back on because he took it off after you already dressed him, and he's making you late for work. That will her.
Hey y'all, it's time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is Odyssey. Hey honey, you better come out here quick. You ought to see this deer in our yard.
The Reds were the powerhouse of the NL in 1970.
We were 70-30 after 100 games.
And they got the nickname to match.
We were so good in 70, we became the Big Red Machine.
The Big Red Machine.
That Big Red Machine, which has been rattling and rumbling along.
And Johnny was the key part.
He was magnificent.
This could be my best year ever. Who knows? I'm quite pleased with the way things have gone, and especially when you're in first place.
I had 4 ways edited. I had call a great game.
Johnny was very intelligent. Ain't nobody sitting in that dugout telling Johnny Bench what to call.
I could throw runners out.
It would have been interesting to be a Reds pitcher, because you better get your ass out of the way.
I could block home plate.
Forget it. We know that guy going to be out.
And I could get hits.
I remember facing him across the field, and he hit a rocket against that scoreboard. I thought he was going to knock it down because there was continual noises after it hit.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to
Braves Country
Profar. Is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Clean up the screen here. It's supposed to auto clean itself, but you know how that is. The 0-1. Lefty righty matchup. Alexander back out there. Misses outside. 1-1. They're leaving him in there because you got, well, first of all, they want Profar batting from the right, but then you got Olsen. And if anybody reaches, Harris. 1-1. Down below the knees, 2-1. He's probably, it depends on how long this inning goes, but he'll probably be asked to go all the way until at least they get past Baldwin if the inning goes that far, which is the number 6 batter. 2-1, outside wide, 3-1. He only threw 6 pitches in that first inning, or 5 pitches in that first inning. First inning of work. When Brujan got caught napping off of first base, he made it real easy who to send packing when Fraley arrives, didn't he? The 3-1. Down below the knees, ball 4. So Jerks and Profar good. The Jerkster will head on down to first.
Well, the Jerkster call. They're running out of you. It's smart. It's a smart line, and a smart crowd will appreciate it. And I'm not going to dumb it down for some bonehead mass audience.
Matt Olson, your batter, first pitch swinging, slaps a cutter right back to the backstop. It's 0-1. Wouldn't it be a good time for him to hit one? He's been hitting the ball pretty well. He just hasn't gone yard in a minute. He's only had a few home runs since the All-Star break. 3 for 4, a double, 2 singles, 2 runs, the 0-1. Down below the knees, 1-1. Braves 9, White Sox 10. Another seesaw affair. Did y'all see the conversation? I'm straighten back up. They don't have it where it's supposed to be. That Rob Manfred was having on I think it was a podcast. It was either yesterday or the day before. Anyways, the short of it is he was talking about MLB expansion, which we all knew that was coming as the 2-1 swing. Fouls it back 2-2. He's just mistiming these pitches on the outer edge. He gets a tick in front of one of these pitches, and that thing's going to be launched. So if you're in the chop house drinking a cold one, listening to Braves Country Radio, get ready. The 2-2. But I thought the most interesting part of it was, and I'm for it, I flip it over to first, keep the one close, man. He talked about that when they do the expansion, it would probably be 2 teams taking you to 8 divisions of 4 teams apiece, just like they have in the National Football League of 32, right? And with that, you think about how much this would help the Braves. Is the 2-2. Swing! That ball's hit high and deep, going back on the track up against the wall. It's going to get down where the green grass grows. Matt Olson sliding into second, and he's got a double. Profar's at third, and the Braves have the winning or go-ahead run in scoring position. I told you he was just missing timing that up, and that one he hooked. Smoked that ball over his head. Profar had to hold up, wasn't sure if it was going to get caught. If he doesn't and goes full tilt, he's going to score from first, but it was hard to tell when the ball first left the bat if it was going to be deep enough to get over his head. But what they were talking about is Ozuna comes to the plate and Harris comes to the on-deck circle, and I'm in for it. Talking about the realignment of the divisions. And what that would mean in all likelihood is they're going to walk Acuna to load the bases, and Harris will come to the plate. I think I said that backwards, but bases loaded, first pitch, drops a bunt, and they're going to throw it to home and just get him. Michael Harris trying to pull a squeeze play to tie the game up, but a good play by the pitcher to underhand it, throw it home, and 1 out, but the bases are still juiced. I know a lot of people will say, well, you got the hottest batter in baseball. Why did he do that? I don't hate it. It just didn't work out. Not everything that you do in strategy and sports works out. It's whether or not it was a sound. Now, granted, it just takes a fly ball to tie the game. And that's going to be it, as they'll bring the right-hander in to face Ozuna. Bases are loaded, 1 out, but I'll stick here with you as we wait for them to come back and talk about the fact of realignment and what that would mean for the Atlanta Braves. You're talking about getting out of the big markets divisions. You're talking about putting teams in the divisions of other teams that are in your basically city size. We wouldn't be in the division with New York and Philadelphia. We would be in there, or even Washington. We would be in there with Tampa, Miami. There would probably be a team in Nashville. And that would probably be our division. And you talk about being able to compete, then you're talking about, because at that point when you go to that kind of a playoff or kind of division breakdown, the division winners are going to get a playoff berth. And then you would probably just have the 2 wild cards outside of that. That would be a huge advantage for Braves fans. Because you're not trying to compete against New York, who has a payroll of over $300 million, almost $400 million this year. You'd be going up against Miami, Tampa. I mean, come on, I'm for it. Marcell Ozuna will come to the plate. And you'd still play all the other teams all the time anyways. First pitch on the way is down and away. Sweeper, it's 1-0. Just like they're doing now where you see every team. You would still see the Mets. You would still see the Phillies. It just wouldn't affect your division. It'd be really hard to dethrone the Braves every year in that division. 1-0 count. Inside. 2-0. I think what you would most likely see is one of the guys was talking about getting rid of the leagues, and I don't see that happening at all. It's a 2-0. Swing, lift it, pops it up. Get out of play. Get out of play. Nope. Catching the ball right there at the third base dugout. Can of corn, 2 down. Just went sweeping underneath that, and now it's all going to be up to the Drake. So once bases loaded, nobody out. Now bases loaded, 2 outs. The only thing I would say about the Harris bunt is, did Profar know he was going to do it? So if he didn't know he was going to do it, it really takes down the chances of him being safe at home. First pitch on the way, in the dirt. It's 1-0. And you have to have that play on. You can't just take that upon yourself, because with Profar being held at third, he doesn't have a very good lead, and they drop the bunt like that. And the next thing you know, he's flat-footed, which is essentially what it looked like it was. The 1-0 inside. Two and I missed one or not there, Peter, but I tried to put it on the screen, but I don't see it again. The 2-0 count, righty-lefty matchup. A walk would tie the game. Swing, lifts it into right field. Get down! That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. Off the glove of Tauchman. 1 run will score. The game is tied. 2 runs will score. The Braves have taken the lead. And your Atlanta Braves, on a blooping single by the Drake, have taken an 11-10 lead here in Braves country. Holy Toledo. Hold on to your hats, boys and girls.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
What a great piece of hitting there by Drake. Great job by Tauchman again. He almost stole another base hit out there. Diving, just missed it by a hair. It kicked off his glove, and we got runners on the corners, 2 outs. First pitch on the way is swung on and banged down the line by Ozzie. It's 0-1. Well, it disappeared off my screen, but I thought I saw Pete give a country club membership. That's why I played the tune. So I don't know where it went, PETA, but that was the reasoning for the sound right before that RBI. The 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. If Ozzie can keep the line moving, Nacho stands on deck. Braves, once again, this offense is just clicking on all cylinders. And I get it. We're doing it against the White Sox. And I get it. We're doing it against the Mets. And Cleveland has had their struggles. But this is fun to see. The 1-1. Outside wide 2-1. And it gets so contagious. These guys start hitting. And even though it didn't work out for Michael, I like the fact that he was willing to give himself up to tie the game. Now, I'd say that the play wasn't on because the look that Sticker had in the dugout when he was wiping his face, it looked like he was like, what is he doing? The 2-1 pops it up, high in the sky, just behind second base. That'll end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Take the lead off the Drake. And I would think Eyeglasses is going to come in to slam the door tight.
You're not like the Drake.
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
Better not get drunk tonight and get political at my company Christmas party.
Hi, y'all. It's again time for Appalachian Word of the Day. The word of the day is enema. I can't stand when people keep sticking their nose all enema business.
Hey, I think they should change the name of urgent care to something else because there's nothing urgent about that place and they do not care.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, where tonight the Montreal Expos open up a 3-game series with the Atlanta Braves. I'm Pete Van Weren, along with Don Sutton, welcoming you to Atlanta. The Braves have been in first place since day one of the season. Tonight, that's at stake. They're only a half game up on some very familiar friends, the Montreal Expos, Don.
Kind of like a family reunion when they come into town. The Braves see them every day in spring training. Played them 6 times this spring, beating them enough to win the Mayor's Trophy, but unfortunately they won't let that count during the season.
The Reds won the National League pennant in 1970, and Bench led the majors with 45 home runs and 148 RBI, an easy pick as the league's most valuable player. He was 22 years old, not even 5 years out of high school in Oklahoma, and he was one of the biggest sports stars in America.
1970, I'm MVP. My classmate in Binger, she calls and says, well, you know, it is our 5-year class reunion. And she said, we'd also like to have a parade and honor you. So, wow. And they got the trailers and they got them in there. Congratulations, Johnny MVP. And here they are, we're all lined up. Didn't have a band, but we, band in Binger. So here we go uptown and nobody's there. Everybody is in the parade, except for 3 drunks who came out of Mike's bar and they say, you're the man, Johnny. And we made a U-turn at the police station and we waved at each other as we went back by, as we passed by each other. And that was our parade.
Welcome back. Atlanta Braves cling to a 1-run lead. We were trailing 10-4 starting the 7th inning. First pitch on the way, swing lifted high and deep into left field. Back on the track, making the catch is Jerickson Profar for out number 1. Woo! That'll pucker you. I thought that might have had a little bit of a ride, but it died just before the warning track. Braves trailed 10-4 heading into the 7th, and then 5 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, and that's where we stand. And if you're just joining us, we could have scored 20 tonight. First pitch on the way to Teal is a swing and a miss, 95 on the outer edge. It's on 1. Teal has been a dangerous batter in this series. My math's right, he's 5 for 8. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 96. It's on 2. You got to be careful here. He doubled to right. A 2 RBI double in the 3rd. And he homered in the 6th. And he's trying to tie it up with these swings, and he's coming out of his shoes. The 0-2. Swing, lifts it into center field. Running back on the track, making the catch is Michael Harris II. 75% of your world is is covered by water. The rest by the Hawk. 2 away. Braves 1 out away from tying up this series, coming storming back from a 6-run deficit. It would put them in line to have a chance to win the rubber match tomorrow. 7:15 first pitch right here on Braves country. Hurst and Waldrop Day. First pitch on the way is a sinker to Iglesias. It's 0-1. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 90 miles an hour. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. White Sox down to their last strike. Iglesias brings it inside 1-2. Braves 11, White Sox 10. Sosa digs in, the pitch nowhere near the zone, outside wide, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Iglesias bends at the knees and brings it. Swing, lifts it. High into center field. Giving chase. Michael Harris is second. Making a sliding, diving catch. And Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win.
If you want to stop me, you're going to have to kill me.
11-10 your score. 75% of the world is covered by water. The rest by Michael the Hawk Harris. And your Braves win it 11-10. They come storming back.
If you want to stop me, you're going to have to kill me.
10 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the White Sox. 11 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the Atlanta Braves. You could go a ton of places for your player of the game. We know who it's not. It's not anybody on the pitching staff except maybe Lee and Iglesias. So Harris went 1 for 5. He made some great defensive plays. We're going to go with Matty O. Matt Olson, 4 for 5 with 3 runs scored. You could also go to give a tip of the cap to Ozzie Albies, 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Baldwin went 1 for 4. Harris did go yard and get the original 2-0 lead, but we'll stick with Matty O. And your Braves 11, White Sox 10, and it's not over yet.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
We'll see you tomorrow night, Braves country. Same bat time, same bat channel. 7:15 first pitch. Braves Country Radio. It ain't over yet.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back.